Yo, what's up? My name is Petrowski. Welcome to my PokeMMO Johto storyline guide. This guide should help you get through the storyline mostly quite quickly, but also shout out some different details and extra pieces of information that are relevant to PokeMMO that wouldn't be pointed out in a typical Heart Gold Soul Silver storyline run. First things first, let me disclaim that I really don't recommend Johto as your first storyline in PokeMMO, as I believe it is the hardest storyline run in PokeMMO. This is due to two major factors: the GYARADOS boss fight that pops up at the Lake of Rage, as well as the Ho-Oh boss fight that pops up much later in the storyline once you have 8 gym badges or so. The GYARADOS boss fight is really intense and really tough unless you're prepared for it. GYARADOS is 4 times weak to electric type attacks, and he will summon other Pokemon on his sides. So having a discharge Pokemon is crucial. Now, if you don't have a plus soul, or I just grab some random electric type out of my boxes with discharge, it doesn't really matter what kind, just get some discharge Pokemon if possible. You can even pick up an Ampharos, aka like catch a Flaffy or a Mareep, and evolve that up into an Ampharos during your normal Johto playthrough. Really important thing to keep in mind. You want to have a plan for these 2 boss fights before you begin this region, or else you could get stuck and be in a nightmare situation. So plan to bring some sort of good, decent discharge Pokemon for Gyarados. As you can see, mine doesn't really have any good stats or nature. Like, he doesn't need to be amazing, but it's just something that's worthwhile. And then next up, I recommend a Rock Slide spamming Pokemon for the Ho-Oh boss fight. There's a Gyarados boss fight and then a Ho-Oh boss fight. Both these Pokemon thankfully have 4 times weaknesses, and you need to abuse that, in my opinion, to really get through these fights, decently well. From my understanding, I'll have to double check during the storyline, but level 48 should be the level cap for the Ho-Oh boss fight, and it just so happens that Garchomp evolves level 48, so a Garchomp might end up being the absolute perfect solution. And as you can see here, I have Pokemon prepared. If it's not obvious, I have Pokemon prepared prior to heading into the Johto storyline. If you're a main account, or I'm on an Iron Man account today, which is an account that cannot trade nor use the GTL, so it's actually going to be a little bit tougher for me, but with proper preparation, any type of account should be fine. Whether you're a Nuzlocke or a challenge account, it's all about preparation in PokeMMO. So as you can see, on top of the 2 boss fight destroyers, I also have 2 Gyaradoses. These are just generally very, very powerful Pokemon for the storylines. I'm going to be throwing a choice band on one of them, but don't worry, you don't need a choice band. They naturally learn. They end up learning Dragon Dance, Waterfall, and Crunch. And generally, those 3 moves, like Dragon Dance level 36, Crunch, and Waterfall here, those 3 moves just destroy certain storylines. And the fact that Gyarados has a base attack of 125 at level 20, so you can use this at the beginning of the storyline. If you don't know, the first max obedience level cap is 20 for each region. So if you have a level 20 Pokemon, you can go ahead and use them as soon as you get access to a PC. So I've doubled Gyarados for pure strength. I have plenty of videos on my channel called like the best Pokemon to beat PokeMMO with. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and check those out. Gyarados are really decent budget options. Next up, beyond the boss finishers, I also have 1 sturdy Stealth Rock Pokemon. This comes up for certain gyms, as well as it is amazingly powerful versus all of the Elite Fours and pretty much all of PokeMMO. Sturdy plus Stealth Rock. Sturdy allows you to live 1 hit, which allows you to guarantee get a Stealth Rock up, even if your Pokemon is terribly statted, as mine is. As you can see, like the stats, this is not meant to be a good statted Pokemon. It's meant to be a sacrificial lead against the Elite Fours to set up Stealth Rocks, and he has been an ace for all my Elite Four runs so far on this account. But I believe that is it for the preamble. Whenever you're ready, you can head over to your dock city in your region, or just jump into Johto for the first time. But I don't recommend it. But if you do, you're very brave, and I respect it. We're over in Vermilion City for me. I'm going to go ahead and click to head over to Johto. This will send all of my Pokemon back to my PC. Yes, that is okay. Let's go ahead and do this, and boom, now we are in the Johto region. And to regain our Pokemon, we have to get back to a PC, and once we get access to Olivine City, we'll be able to take a boat and dock back to the other regions as well. If you ever make a mistake or misclick or realize you're not quite ready actually to go into Johto, if you go talk to your mother here, she will usually allow you to go back to a previous region. But we're going to continue through the Johto storyline. They asked a favor of you. We have to head over to the lab. Typical Pokemon storyline stuff. They give you a bag because we didn't have one for some reason, a trainer card. Yep. Just let your mom yap a little bit, and we'll head out the door here in a quick sec. All right, so head outside whenever you're ready, and a little Marl should pop up, I believe, and then a little guy should pop up, and they kind of just dance around a little bit, I guess. Why not? Sure. And then after they dance around some more and eventually run off, you want to head over here. We don't have our running shoes or bike yet. You want to head over here, head inside the lab, and go talk to this guy. He's going to yap for a little bit about his research and about the world of Pokemon. And after he's done yapping, we get to choose our starter Pokemon. So go ahead and head over to the beautiful machine, scroll around to whatever you want. You have your Chikorita, which nobody who's, in the right mind would obviously pick, of course. You have your Totodile, which is probably the most powerful option in Johto in terms of pure strength. And then you have Cyndaquil, which is the coolest looking one and gets me the fire ability patch. Whatever starter Pokemon you pick, if you're not going to use it, you do get a specific ability patch type based on what starter you pick once you complete the Pokedex. So you do have to complete the Pokedex for that. Don't get ahead of yourself. I don't normally recommend main accounts worrying about that because it's not really worth picking your starter based around an extra 200k at times. Like, ability patches aren't worth that much, maybe like even less actually. Currently, fire patches are around 150k, grass patch around 100k, water patches, I think even less than that, around 80k or so. So it's a nice little bit of Pokeyen, but I wouldn't make your starter decision around it unless you have unless you're like not going to use your starter at all and have a full team of Pokemon the way that I kind of do. If you want to do that, then fair enough. And then now that we have our starter Pokemon, we can go ahead and try to head outside. This guy will stop us and give us a potion. And then once we head outside, we'll also get stopped for a little bit more dialogue with that same Marl trainer. So head outside. It will look like this. Yep, the Marl does a lot of dancing because it loves to dance. And now before we leave our starting town, we actually want to head over to our house really quick and go talk to our mother really quick, just to let her know where we're going essentially and be like, hey, we have a task for you. Yup, yup, yup. Yap, yap, yap. And then we're going to head outside. Grab the poker gear, head outside, and then head west and actually try to leave the city. Yep, I'm going to say, yeah, I do remember how to do that for sure. I definitely will call you, Mom. 1000%. Head outside. Head left, trying to leave the city, and then Professor Elm should actually stop you. This guy's being a little bit creepy. We don't have to worry about him quite yet. Yep, Professor Elm stops us. He just logs his number into the poker gear, and now we can finally leave. I'm going to go ahead and pop repels over here since I have them from previous regions, and I'm trying to get access to my team as quickly as possible. So if you have them, it's probably worth to go ahead and pop a repel here. But you know what? If you want to take your time and have a slow, fun time in the storyline, no shame in actually doing the encounters, catching some Pokemon, having some fun. If you're looking to spend a bit of your Pokeyen and you're doing the storylines, it is almost never wrong to spend Pokeyen on Pokeballs. You always need Pokeballs. And don't go the wrong way like me, actually. You want to head up here. Sorry, excuse me. Stick to this north side. Stick to north side and then go west to avoid this little cut ledge area. So stick to the northwest, head up here. And then just keep heading west. We see the little apricorns here. We don't have to worry about them quite yet, but that could come up later. We head west and we see these beautiful little flowers leading us into Cherrygrove City. I recommend heading over to the PC immediately. This guy's going to stop us. He's going to take us to the PC. Heading over to the PC immediately to mark your last teleport location, as well as be able to access the PC and such from this point forward. It's simply he just gave us the running shoes as well. He's going to show us the basics around town, which we already know for Pokemon Masters, of course. And then finally, after showing off the town, he gives you his running shoes. He says they're still warm, which is incredibly disturbing, but that's okay. They're going to be very effective for us, so we kind of just tank through it. He will head inside of his house here in a quick sec, no longer sprinting. And now we can press the B key and go ahead and sprint. If you don't have it already set, there should be a setting somewhere in your settings that actually makes it so you can toggle to sprint. Yeah, toggle running with key press, so you don't have to hold the B button. That's kind of a pain in the butt. You got to do a lot of running in PokeMMO. Make sure to turn that on toggle. I'm going to head over here and go grab those storyline Pokemon that I had prepared for this and just drag them on over into my party, just like so. We'll go ahead and do it like this. Beautiful. And now we are fully prepared for the storyline. If you can abuse the Gyarados strat like I am, I'm going to put a choice band on him. We're essentially just going to spam waterfall through every single fight. I'm not going to show you guys every single fight unless there's like some relevant strategy thing to be mentioned. And now we can go ahead and head north of Cherrygrove City, where the old man will stop us again for a little bit more yapping. And now we can finally head up north. I still have my repel active. We can go grab this Pokeball while we're here. Why not? You can dodge this trainer. If you are doing a storyline either for the first time or you aren't going to another storyline to level your Pokemon or you just need all the XP you can get, make sure to battle every single trainer. The number one mistake I see players make is not battling every single trainer when it's their first storyline or when they aren't going to head back to a region to XP Train like I talked about. So head inside this house really quick. We're going to grab the Apricorn box or the Apricot box, Apricorn, just because... it's just really easy to grab really quickly. He will give you the Apricorn Box, and now you can actually kind of stock up on them. They are relevant in PokeMMO. There are certain Pokeballs, like the Love Ball, for example, that are made with Apricorns. You can go ahead and pick these. If you see them during the storyline, you want to take the time to do that, you can. They're not worth too much Pokeyen, but they are worth a little at times. You can actually usually go over to the GTL and see like green Apricorn. Like one green Apricorn is worth like 200 Pokeyen. It's not much at all, honestly, but I mean, it's something when you're a new player. It also just feels kind of satisfying and fun. But we're gonna pop our repel still and just keep heading up towards the next town. Grab this antidote. And you actually want to stick to this northeast, very, very eastern section. If you stick to the northeast, you'll dodge the most amount of trainers. And we have a house up here to go get to, where we'll actually run into Professor Oak, I believe, right here. Head inside. Boom, Professor Oak and some other guy to yap about for a little bit. He will give you a mystery egg and heal you throughout this discussion. And now we need to head all the way back to the starting town and I believe deliver that egg to the professor. They also give us the Pokedex here, technically. And then as soon as you can, go ahead and try to leave the house, and there'll be a little bit more dialogue, and we'll have to rush back to the starting town, which you can go ahead and just go do. Run through all the grass we previously ran through. Just head straight down back to Cherrygrove City, dodging whatever trainers you would like. Head straight south past the house that we already entered. Continuing south, looping around this trainer. Continuing south, back down to Cherrygrove City, and now we need to also head to the east. So we're going to hook around the city, start heading over back east past the flowers, and now we'll get triggered into a little dialogue with that creepy guy by the lab. This is going to be our first rival fight, so go ahead and make sure you are prepared for that. This Totodile is only level 5, and you've had plenty of chances at this point to gain some XP, so it should be a quite simple fight. I'm going to go ahead and just obliterate his little baby Pokemon with my big strong Gyarados because life's unfair. We steal 500 Pokeyen from him. He's a big stinker head. We're going to go ahead and go right past him. Yap, yada, yada, yada. We're going to continue east here in a quick sec. Right back to the professor's lab. So continue east here as soon as you can. Abuse your running shoes. You can traverse this in a way, I believe, where you can dodge all of the grass, essentially, due to abusing the ledges that we previously couldn't. I'm going to hop down here. Keep heading east. Keep heading east. Let's go up here to just dodge the grass so I don't have to pop more repels. Saving money on repels is always nice. Hop up here. Hop over here. And now we should be back at the main city. Head back into the lab. Go talk to the guy. And something mysterious is going on. We hand over that egg we got from Professor Oak over to Professor Elm. We find out that red-haired guy actually stole that Totodile, so we have to kind of chase after him, and this is where our true Pokemon journey begins. We can now head outside, head over to the west, and that one guy is going to teach us essentially how to catch Pokemon and give us a free Pokeball. This girl right here with her fun little jumping Maril. And now we need to do the classic Pokemon storyline thing of retracing our steps a million times. So we actually need to head back over to Cherrygrove City, and then also back up north, which the way we came. So just keep heading west like so. Keep heading west. Keep heading west. I do have now another benefit of Gyarados with the Intimidate is that Intimidate does have an out of battle effect. If you lead Gyarados in your fight, it will actually repel some lower level enemies. So it acts as sort of a weak repel when you have Gyarados in the lead of your party. Just another small extra benefit of using Gyarados in these storyline fights. Now, you actually want to head to the west side. Once you're back in Cherrygrove City and you start heading north, you do want to stick to this western side as opposed to the east side like before. So we're going to stick over here to the west. Keep heading up here. You can actually hop in the grass and dodge this trainer. You cannot dodge this trainer upcoming. But keep heading north. Fight this mandatory trainer. Then after defeating those two trainers, or one if you pathed correctly, you can go ahead and just continue heading north. Dodge this trainer by heading to the east like that. Continue heading north. You can loop around to the left and dodge this trainer as well through the grass by maneuvering just like so, or getting an encounter with only one grass tile. That's okay. It's going to happen. All right, loop around him like so. Then continue heading north. You'll get a call from your mom. She'll be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? And then you can continue heading north and then head east over here. It's the only path you can go. Head east over here, loop around through the grass. Then once you get to this little fork in the road, you do not want to go inside this cave. You want to just continue heading west. This guy will fight you. I believe he is a mandatory trainer. We can fight him and go grab this Pokeball here in a quick sec. This Pokeball just has a little baby potion. Then we'll continue heading west. Could pick this. Watch out for this guy. He could actually snag you in a fight. Can pick this little black apricorn really quick. And then hop down here over this fence to dodge him. You could go grab that Pokeball if you want to, but it's an early game Pokeball, most likely not worth it for the fight. We're going to head west through here, get stopped for a little bit more dialogue, pick up the verse recorder, which isn't a very useful item in PokeMMO in the modern day, and then head west and we'll make our way over into Violet City. Finally, we can finally start doing some battles, begin little gauntlets, and get into our Pokemon journey. I recommend going over to the PC to heal up really quick and grab whatever Pokemon you might need, etc., etc. I'm going to go ahead and just continue heading north, though. After healing up, you want to head north. We're heading straight over to Bellsprout Tower up here, across these bridges. Head across like this, head inside, and then we want to head over this way. Straight across like this, guys, actually won't fight you, and now we're fully traversing it. Go ahead and head east, and we do have to fight this guy to get over to this ladder. All right, and then pop up this ladder whenever you have a chance to. Go grab this Pokeball while we're here. Why not? Paralyze heal for free. That can definitely matter in the story. Then we need to head west from this ladder. This is a mandatory fight we do have to get through to get to this ladder. And then head down south up this ladder. Grab the free Pokeball because we can. It's a free little X accuracy. Nothing super relevant. Then you want to head down south, dodge this trainer by heading all the way south, and then we can head east and go up this ladder. And go ahead and head up that ladder whenever you get to it. And now we have a little mini gauntlet of some trainers to get through. A fair bit of Bellsprout trainers here, as we can see. We do have to fight this guy, I believe, for example. Yep, can't dodge him. Same is true for this next guy. All right, and then after those two trainers are defeated, you want to stay over to this left part and head through here. We'll run into that evil little red guy again, the red-haired fella. He is bullying the elder for some unknown reason. It probably is known. They probably explained it in the dialogue that I'm absolutely not reading. Silver is going to use an escape rope and get out of here, sure. So now we go talk to the elder and say, hey, you're safe. No worries. And then he says, you know what? I don't want to be safe. I want to fight you. So now we have to fight him. And yep, do this fight. I'll see you guys after. The elder has a level 10 Hoothoot and then a level 8 Bellsprout and another level 8 Bellsprout. And after defeating him, he will give you the HM Flash. So there we go. That unlocked. We can go grab this Pokeball here in a quick sec as soon as he is done yapping. Yep, we can now see in the dark. Cool. Go grab this and get ourselves an escape rope, which you can then use or just dig. If you have access to a Pokemon with dig, I recommend that because it's obviously free. But if you don't, go ahead and use an escape rope. Escape rope, definitely one of those items you always want to have at least one of. I recommend around 3 or so, honestly, during storyline runs. We can head back over to the PC, heal up really quick, and prepare for what's next. And what's next is going to be the first gym. So we can go ahead and head up to the northwest, right up here, over to the first gym in Johto. Head inside. Head up this, and I believe we can just skip every single trainer. If you hop over this, over to the left, just like so, stay on this outer edge, and then go inside, boom. You can skip all the trainers, come fight the gym leader, and I'm just going to be choice banned, spamming waterfall through this guy. Should be a really easy fight for Leader Faulkner. He is a flying type gym leader, as you can see, rocking level 14 Pidgeotto, and then a level 12 Pidgey in the back. Now, the thing to watch out for is that both of these Pokemon do have Quick Attack, which is a priority move. So if they outspeed you, hit you down to really low HP, you can actually counter switch, like switch out to a different Pokemon instead of letting that Pokemon just die to the Quick Attack. So you want to play around that a little bit and be a little careful. But there is our first gym badge, giving us access to level 24 Max Obedience Pokemon now. So a little bit stronger, as well as just pushing our way through the storyline. We also get the Roost TM, which is a very relevant TM, to be fair. We definitely will use on future storyline Pokemon. And then, I was about to say, thankfully, if you make the mistake like me, that would be brutal if they had to fight those guys on the way out. Thankfully, you can just go ahead and head down the way we came, head outside. I'm going to go heal up really quick. But first, we're going to get stopped by another phone call. And the phone call is from the professor asking us to go pick up his egg from an assistant over at the Pokemart, which is right next to the gym. So we can just head over here, go talk to this guy. And he says we do need an empty party space. So you know what? Let's go head over to the PC, put something inside the PC, and then go grab that egg. So make sure you have a free party space. Head back over to the Pokemart and go talk to this guy, and he will give you the egg. And then bam, there we go. Now we have the Togepi Egg over in our inventory. That'll get us a nice little Pokedex entry, but it will come out, I believe, 15 IVs across, as well as a neutral nature. It is a gift Pokemon, so it can't really roll. I believe it's shiny locked, so it can't roll shiny, and there's no good IVs on it. It's really just for the storyline. But while we're at the Pokemon, let's go ahead and talk about something here that we can actually do if you would like to. And something that is, I think one of the coolest parts of PokeMMO is you can actually play through the storylines with all of the starters if you want to. Not just not just the starter that you pick, right? So you can buy these things called lures, and lures will be active for 100 steps. They cost 600 Pokemon, which is kind of a fair bit this early on, but they give you 5% chance to encounter lure exclusive species. Now, starter Pokemon are lure exclusive species in the wild. We can actually go check over on the Johto Pokedex. Sorry, someone's talking to me. And we can see Chikorita is a lure encounter over at Route 31, as well as Cyndaquil is a lure encounter at Route 33, as well as Totodile being a lure encounter on Route 32. So if you're popping lures, you have a 5% chance to run into those Pokemon at those specific routes. I'll show you those specific routes in a quick second because they are all surrounding Violet City. But first, let's go ahead and talk to this lady really quick. She says she's counting on us. All right, cool. And now we can go ahead and view the map. So if you're in Violet City, you can actually see Route 31 is right over to the east of it. So if we headed back east the way we came, you could actually pop lures and get Chikorita encounters there. Keep in mind, Chikorita and starter Pokemon catch rates are going to be really low. It's going to be really difficult, okay? You can play through all of the regions with all the starters and catch them in the wild. It's really fun and cool. It's going to be difficult. I'm telling you now, it's going to cost some Poke-Yen to get the lures, get the Pokeballs, and it's going to be a really tough catch, okay? But if you push through, you can do it. And then next up, so that's where Chikorita is at, Route 32, which is just south of Violet City, which you can go ahead and kind of head to essentially. Route 32 is right below Violet City. You'll have to head over to the west first. Yeah, head over to the west and then head south. But below that is Totodile. So Totodile can be found here on Route 32. And if you continue heading south, or even unlock eventually Azalea Town and then head east, you can also find Cyndaquils over on Route 33 down here. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and continue on the rest of the storyline by heading over west outside of the city. I guess northwest kind of. Yep, north and then west. We're going to go pick up the Rock Smash HM really quick by heading over west through here, through this little tunnel, over onto Route 36 now. You can always see your route or whatever your location is in the game in the top left corner. Go talk to this guy. He says, yo, and he will give you HM Rock Smash. And now we can go ahead and head south as well. Continue heading south, and now we're we're getting closer to the route where we can catch Totodile. But first we need to loop around the ruins of Alpha by heading south and then east a little bit, and then south again for a while, and then east, and then try to head over to this little location over here, head east through this little tunnel. Boom, now we are on Route 32. This is prime Totodile area if you want to catch one now. You could also wait until later in the storyline and fly back to these locations to catch them, or you could go catch their middle evolution forms in different locations. I believe Quilava is over at Route 45, which is right over here, below Blackthorn City. It's a common Johnny hunting spot you'll see people hang out at. We then need to head south and go fight this guy. He will actually give us a miracle seed, I believe, after we fight him, or maybe just in general. Sure, gives us a free miracle seed. Very relevant move we definitely want on any type of account. Just boost your grass type attacks by 20%. You can definitely go ahead and throw that on a Pokemon if you're using a grass type. Want to continue heading down south here. Just keep going south. I'm going to go ahead and dodge this trainer by heading down here. We want to continue heading south like this. There should be a sneaky trainer right here coming up. Since I have repels popped, I'm going to go ahead and go around. I probably recommend going to go fight him, but it's up to you. We're going to grab a free repel over here as well, which will help us through this little grass. We're going to head down here, dodging that trainer. Head down here. And we just continue heading south once you reach the little inactive raid den. Keep heading south down here, and don't run into a trainer like I did. Whoops. All right, but after fighting or dodging that trainer, we want to just keep heading south. Head south down this little staircase. And this guy is actually a walkable trainer. If you don't know, if you are walking, you'll look like this. If you're running, you'll look like this, obviously. But if you run past a trainer like this, he will snap to you and auto fight you. But if you walk, you actually can outskill him, outplay him, and walk past that trainer just like that, able to avoid him. Once again, if your main source of XP is like doing the storyline, like you're not heading back to a previous region, or you're not, you're not pre-leveling or EV training Pokemon the way that I am for the storyline run, please fight every single trainer. That's the main thing. The main thing I see new players regret is get put into a situation where like they are under leveled, and it's because they skipped a bunch of trainers. If you just fight every trainer, unlike you would in traditional Pokemon, in traditional Pokemon growing up, the games are much easier. You can dodge every trainer and be totally fine. In PokeMMO, you will get punished for that. So make sure to fight every trainer if you need to, or dodge every trainer if you are overly prepared, like someone like myself. But this is a mandatory trainer fight. Go ahead and get that done with. And then keep heading south. Make your way over to this PC that's kind of randomly in the middle of the route, but why not? We got to take those heals where we can get them. Now we want to head south and then west. Make sure to at least hop inside the PC to mark your location in case you die upcoming. But now we can hop inside this cave. Go ahead and head west. Watch out, there is a trainer over here, I believe, that we can dodge if we play it properly. Yeah, let's go ahead and loop around. If you loop around, you can dodge him. If you cut through, you cannot dodge him. If you don't have a sturdy Stealth Rock Pokemon, this also might be a pretty good time to go ahead and catch a Geodude and hope to get a sturdy Stealth Rock one. Let's go ahead and continue through like this. Ooh, should be able to walk that trainer, but I ran into him, of course. You want to go ahead and make sure to switch to your walking button there. All right, but after dodging him correctly, go ahead and head down south, east a little bit, and then south. We can actually dodge this funky-looking guy by heading around him, and then just continue heading south. You can walk this trainer and dodge them by walking around like that, or depending on where they're, where they're facing, as you can see, they will, sometimes they will just run into you. That's okay, that happens. Alrighty, but after that trainer is defeated, we can continue heading east and then south and then get out of the cave. We'll go grab this Pokeball really quick because why not? It's literally right there. A free awakening. Honestly, love those free little status condition heals. Head outside of the cave, and now we are on Route 33. You can get your Cyndaquil here if you're interested. We'll go grab two apricots as well. Apricorns, excuse me. Why not? I always think of them as apricots. I don't know why. I think I just prefer the fruit than the tree nut. But then whenever you're ready collecting all the little things that you want to, you can go ahead and head west away from the cave. Just keep heading west. We'll make our way over to this little Team Rocket shenanigan. Go try to save up this fella. They literally pushed that poor old man, but we can go ahead and head west. See this beautiful little smokestack and this beautiful little house. Honestly, love that style. Let's go ahead and head inside the PC, heal up really quick, get our location nice and locked in, and now we can traverse Azalea Town. First things first, we have to discover the secrets of the Slowpoke Well and Slowpoke Tail. So you want to head over here, over to this little house up in that top left corner, northwest corner of the city. Go talk to this guy really quick. He'll talk about Slowpokes. And then head outside of the house and head all the way east back over to where that old man was pushed. And if you head all the way east, we'll make it back over here. We then have a little Team Rocket gauntlet ahead of us, so make sure you are healed up and prepared. Head through this little loophole, head inside this little cave. I'm going to pop a repel once we get inside here, pop a max repel. We have a few Team Rocket fights that are mandatory to go ahead and get through to save the Slowpoke situation. Do you think in the Johto universe they posted YouTube videos like the local Slowpoke tail situation is insane with a vague thumbnail, not really alluding to what's going on, but maybe possibly considering the fact that Slowpokes are being murdered? I feel like that algorithm would go bonkers. Also, in case you can't tell due to the tone of my voice, I kind of hate storyline runs. I'm not going to lie. I kind of hate storyline runs. It's just something that we've all got to do and we all got to get done. So if I make a few jokes, even bad ones at that, while pushing through the storyline runs, just know it's my way of coping. So go ahead and loop around this rock, head over here and fight this trainer. All right, then go fight this other mandatory trainer, and then eventually we'll go talk to this guy with the really cool, like, scion hair. All right, and then after that trainer is defeated, we can go talk to this guy, see what's going on. Go ahead and do this little gauntlet boss fight. Executive Proton. Pro is named after a science thing. Okay, interesting. Gotcha. Let's go ahead and blast through this guy. Just spamming more waterfalls. If you're using the waterfall choice band strat like I am, make sure to always save a few extra waterfall PP for big fights like this. If you need to, there are absolutely times where I'll just bite through a certain trainer, like a weaker trainer. You have to think about preserving PP for sure when using a strategy like this. Keep in mind, this trainer does have a level 18 reactive gas coughing. Now, reactive gas turns off abilities on Pokemon, so that can kind of be a pain in the butt. It wouldn't surprise me here. Whenever I see coughing and Grimer on trainer teams, it screams one thing to me: some sort of toxic plus Venoshock. You actually see that disgustingly sickening strategy a lot in the Pokemon storylines. I don't know why the devs are so dubious. They love putting toxic and Venoshock on a bunch of different Pokemon because eventually they'll get you. Eventually they'll throw off that big Venoshock and hit you for a ton of damage. So, and poison just whittles you down. So they love to throw that around. Keep an eye out whenever you see coughings and Grimers like that in the storylines. You know, be aware. They're doing some heinous activities. But after he is defeated, they will scurry off. This guy will come check on his Slowpokes. He will teleport you back to his house and essentially say thank you. And this is also the guy that helps you turn the Apricorns into Pokeballs. So from now on, if you ever want to make Apricorns, he will help you out with that or make Pokeballs out of them. But now it's time to go heal up and head on over to the gym, which I believe is a bug type gym. But the gym is right down here to the southwest of the PC. It's pretty hard to miss. You can go ahead and jump on inside and then head over to this lefternmost spider. Hop on that. It will take you straight through. You will have to fight. Oh, just kidding. I didn't know the own path. It'll take you around to the middle over here. Now, the path for this is weirdly a little complicated. We do have to go ahead and fight this guy first things first. This guy's team is just packing the full Weedle line. So level 14 Weedle, level 15 Cocoon, and level 16 Beedrill. The Beedrill is the main thing you want to watch out for there. But after going ahead and defeating him, you want to just go ahead and hop on this. It'll take you over to these two trainers over here, which we do have to defeat. And then after we defeat them, we do have to go ahead and switch this lever. So don't leave here without clicking this little lever. Now, hilariously, this is a double battle, so if you're like me and have an over-leveled Pokemon, this is a good chance to show you guys what happens. If you have a Pokemon that is over your max obedience level, they will just ignore orders and immediately KO themselves, so make sure not to do that in situations like this. It doesn't really matter, because I can't really use him anyway, but I do need to be a little extra careful, because this Gyarados is really the only Pokemon I can, besides my Geodude technically, but he's not going to be very, very good here. My Gyarados is really the only Pokemon I'm using here, so make sure to keep your Gyarados healthy if that's the case like me. But after defeating them, you want to go ahead and make sure you click that lever. That will change that like that. Hop back on this. It'll take us down to this red lever. Then you want to go ahead and click the red lever. Boom. And then go ahead and hop back on. And this will take you over to the main actual gym leader. So now we can go ahead and fight her. And then after we're done, we can hop on this portal instead of having to go through back all of that annoying, weird little funny puzzle. So let's jump into the gym leader fight. They've got a level 17 Beedrill lead. All right, but there we go. This trainer is now defeated. We get our gym badge number 2, the Hive badge from good old Bugsy. Let's go ahead and see. We get our max obedience up to level 29 now. And we'll get the TM U-turn. The TMs you get from defeating the gym leaders in this storyline are actually really, really, really good. Roost into U-turn, 2 of the most powerful PvP moves. All right, but whenever you're ready, go ahead and hop on the portal. It will go ahead and take you out. Hop outside the gym itself, and I'm going to go heal up at the PC really quick before we head west outside of town. All right, and then when you try to head west outside of the city, that mean old red-haired guy will come and stop you, and it will trigger a quick little fight. Your rival will have a level 19 middle evolution of the Pokemon that counters your typing, since I picked Cyndaquil, so make sure to watch out for that. Definitely can be a little bit of a scary fight if you're not prepared. And then after defeating your rival, he will say something that I used to say to my League of Legends teammates before I was reformed. We can go ahead and continue on the storyline. I've caught a nasty case of the hiccups. Excuse that. We got to continue on, though. All right, we then need to head west into this little forest, and we're going to begin the little far-fetched chase / minigame. We're going to go talk to this guy. He'll let us know what's happening to some extent. Like, hey, Farfetch'd is around here. Watch out for stepping on those twigs. We now need to be very, very careful every single step that we make, okay? So you want to head over here, bump into this rock, and then click on this little stick branch pile here, and Farfetch'd will come towards us for a quick sec. We then want to carefully go up and then east. Don't step on this stick pile, very importantly. Hop around it and go all the way around like this. And then go interact with the Farfetch'd. If you come from the left, I think he will run. I could be mistaken. I'm sure there's a reason why we don't do that, but there we go. We head around and catch him like so, and sneak up on him. Now we need to head back the same way again, this time heading over to the east. Gonna go grab this Pokeball really quick. This is also a Moss Stone, so this is where you'd want to evolve like Leafeon, for example. You then want to loop around these rocks without hitting these stick branches at all. Head directly north and just run into this Farfetch'd and interact with him. That will make him run away like so. You have to catch him from behind. And now, I believe we can step through this branch of sticks for whatever reason. So we need to step on this and head north. I don't know why that doesn't trigger him, but sure. We then want to avoid this little pile of branches, head down here and step on the top left corner of these branches. That will pull him towards us like this. And now we can just sneak around him and grab him, just like so. That will teleport us back to this guy, and then somebody will run up to us and say, hey, thanks for helping out the Farfetch'd. He will give us HM Cut, which we will need to teach to a Pokemon, and then cut through this tree to continue forward. So go ahead and teach one of your Pokemon at least the HM Cut. I guess I'm going to go Bulldoze over my Garchomp. Honestly, don't love that, but that's okay. For the time being, it works. We can always rewrite it later. You can write over HMs in PokeMMO, unlike in traditional Pokemon. However, you have to write them over with TMs. You cannot write over an HM with another HM. We can walk past that trainer if you're careful enough, just like so. I'm going to go grab this Pokeball because we're so close to it. It is a Leaf Stone, so a free Leaf Stone never hurts. Then continuing north right here, we'll run into this trainer. I believe he's a mandatory fight, so we'll go ahead and take care of him. But after defeating that trainer, we can go ahead and head north and then all the way east over here and then head north over here. And eventually when you run up here, you'll run into this girl. She'll want to talk to you for a quick sec. And we just need to show her very quickly and easily how to get out of the forest. And your follower Pokemon will actually go help you as well. And kind of help. That's kind of the whole interaction. It's just that little thing. So thanks to my Gyarados bro. Thank you very much. We can now actually head outside the forest. You can walk past this trainer, but not run past him. If you want to go and get yourself a catching Pokemon, if you're in the early game still, absolutely, Paris is a really solid early game catching Pokemon in PokeMMO. I do recommend getting like a Smeargle or a Breloom, you know, as soon as possible. But Paris can get the job done for sure. But you want to walk this trainer west whenever you can, and then run down here. And if you keep heading west, eventually you'll see the little exit over here. You can head through. Head straight through, run through with your running shoes, and then bam, we are now out. You can walk this trainer if you're a little more careful. You can also see this guy over here. I wonder what he's doing in the forest. All right, but after defeating him, we can continue heading north. You can dodge a fair bit of trainers by popping a repel if you would so choose. Make sure to head east enough from this girl. You can actually dodge her. Make sure to stay east enough there. You can dodge this guy by heading through, and then bam, boom, we'll reach the old man up here. This guy will pop down and talk to us, as well as this is the daycare center in Johto. So you can go ahead and pop a Pokemon in here if you don't mind paying 1,000 Pokeyen per level. It gets leveled up, as well as you can actually breed here in the future. This is right below Goldenrod City, if I'm not mistaken. And she'll take you inside the daycare and basically introduce you. You can also access a PC here. If you need to heal any of your Pokemon at this point, you can throw them inside of the PC and then pull them back out, and that will heal them. All right, but after that, we can go ahead and continue north. I think we might have to fight this. No, we can actually skip that guy nice by heading around west enough. Same with this section over here. We're now over towards Route 34. We can head inside and go over to Goldenrod City. Go mark your location at the PC as per usual. Go heal up if you need to. And we can go grab our bicycle now. If we go ahead and head east from the Poke Center, up here north a fair bit, and then head east, and then loop down here, okay? Down into this little yellow brick road section. Head over here. This is the bicycle shop. You can go talk to this guy, get yourself the bicycle, which greatly speeds up all storyline progress. Thank you so much for loaning us the bicycle. We will now permanently loan this and never return it, of course, because we are good citizens. We then need to go back to the center of the town and head west and head over here and go get ourselves a radio card by heading over here and talking to this girl here. We have a special quiz to win a radio card. Yup. Anywhere, anytime. We'd like to try the quiz. Yup. First question. Can you check the town map with the Pokegear? No. Oh. I suck at Pokemon. Go ahead and try again if you're 10 IQ like me. Yes, of course you can check the town map with the Pokegear. I do that all the time. Second question, Nidorina can only be female. Careful if it says Nidorino or Nidorina. This is Nidorina, so yes, it can only be female. That is the middle evolution. Kurt the Pokeball creator uses apricots as ingredients. No, it is that. Maybe that's why I confuse it. No, it is apricorns, not apricots. Possibly a TM on Magikarp. You can actually go check the Pokedex. It's embarrassing that I have to, but you know what? We might as well double check. Yes, you can use TMs. Okay. I got beef with this quiz. 10,000 hours played, by the way. All right, go ahead and try again. Yup. I misread the question. I see. No, you can use TMs on Magikarp. And the final question, in Professor Oak's popular show, Pokemon Talk Show, is he on with Marie? No. Beautiful. A little delayed there. Got a little scared, but there we go. That is it completed. And don't worry, if you lose many times like I do, you don't actually lose out on anything. You only gain a bit more shame and embarrassment. But now she will come talk to you and say, hey, time to go back to the gym. We can now go take on the gym when we're ready. So now heal up whenever you're ready. Head back over to the center of town and head up here to the northeast over to the Goldenrod Poke Center. And this is Whitney. This is the trainer that many people despise. She has the infamous Miltank. Let's first path through the gym itself. You want to head up here. Head down over to this other staircase, and then head down, and then head over here. There's only 2 trainers we actually have to fight before her. You want to head over east, loop all around everything, over to the west, head through this little door here. Then we need to fight this trainer in a second way. You can go ahead and interact with her here. It doesn't really change anything. You can either interact with her here or fight her up here. We have to fight these 2 trainers right here. This trainer just has 3 different level 17 Jigglypuffs, so as long as you one-shot, it should be a pretty easy fight. We do have Max Obedience level 29 here, so I can't quite use my other Gyarados. Dragon Tail is not an attack that we need. We're going to go ahead and head down and fight this other trainer now. And once you get both these trainers defeated, we can go ahead and fight the gym leader, Whitney. All right, and then continue north, and you'll make your way over to Whitney. Let's go ahead and just jump into the fight and see how big and bad her Miltank really is. First things first, she leads a Clefairy that is level 23. We one-shot the Clefairy, and then the Miltank comes in. I don't know if I'll be able to one-shot this, / it also outspeeds me because Miltank is one of those Pokemon. It sneakily is very fast. It has like 100 base stat speed. It does have an Oran Berry. It has the move Stomp, a normal type physical move. Other than that, nothing too scary coming out of the Miltank, thankfully. Pretty powerful Pokemon. Don't get me wrong. Teddiursa then comes in, level 23. We should be able to one-shot this. And boom, that is Whitney defeated, our 3rd gym badge achieved. She tries after defeating her because she is a big sore loser. And then after you're done with this fight, you can go ahead and head outside of the gym. She's gonna shame you for making Whitney cry. And I think you do actually have to talk to her really quick and essentially console her after you defeat her fair and square. And now we can head through the teleporter to get back outside of the gym nice and quickly. Want to head outside like this, and now we need to actually head over to the flower shop right over here, right to the east of the gym, and go talk to this girl really quick, and she will give you a SquirtBottle. And now we can go heal up, and after we're done healing up, we're ready to continue forward. We can go ahead and head north. Once you're ready, head as north as you possibly can in the city, and then go ahead and head through, and then continue heading essentially as north as possible. There just are some trainers you're going to have to fight here, but you can dodge as many as possible. Let's dodge this guy, for example. I believe we have to at least fight this person. It's better to fight this fight than get locked into that double fight there. I'm actually going to go ahead and take this time to, since I have the my Max Obedience up to 232, I'm actually going to put Choice Band on my level 30 Gyarados and move him up like so, and use him for the rest of the storyline. All right, but after that mandatory trainer fight, you can loop down and just continue heading north. I'm going to walk by this trainer just in case, run around this goofy-looking trainer, and there we go. We should be able to head up through this little passageway now. And if we keep heading north, this will actually take us over into the little, like, national park area. Yup. And now you want to stick essentially northeast in the national park area. If you stick to this little northeast section, like right over here, just loop around like this, you can reach over to this little pathway, head through east, grab that Apricorn if you want to, head down south, fight this mandatory trainer. All right, after defeating that trainer, we can come down here, and you can walk this trainer. You have to be careful, of course, but you can walk him. If you bite by or run by, he will get triggered into a fight. And I believe this spot right here, you can actually lure encounter, if I'm not mistaken, I might have on my Pokedex. I believe you can lure encounter for Umbreon here. Yes, if you're a big Umbreon fan, you can actually go ahead and catch a wild Umbreon. 5% chance with lures. You have to pop the lures, of course, but 5% chance for Umbreon over here. This is actually where a fair bit of people will shiny hunt or hunt for, rather, the legendary beasts in Johto, because you have that very small chance for a shiny Umbreon. We then need to go interact with this tree, and this will trigger a little Sudowoodo fight. We need to make sure we have that SquirtBottle like we do. Beautiful. Go ahead and trigger this little fight. I don't actually recommend, if you want to catch Sudowoodo for your Pokedex here, you kind of can, but I don't really recommend it just because there's better ways to catch Sudowoodo generally. Now, if this one is it could be Rockhead or it could be Sturdy, so I'm going to just Waterfall it, and if it lives because of Sturdy, I'll catch it, but if not, I'm just going to kill it because there's just easier ways to catch Sudowoodo. Right now, when you have a max obedience level cap and you don't have your catching Pokemon on you, it's going to be more difficult, so why take the time to do that, right? So we're going to get a berry pot from this NPC right here after defeating that, and a little Oran Berry, why not? We then want to go ahead and head north. We can hop on our bike, of course, head north like so. There should be a trainer up here. We can dodge him. Okay, or walk him if you're a little, safer about it, unlike me. All right, after that trainer is defeated, we can continue heading north, and we do have to fight a little double battle here, so go ahead and trigger that. All right, but after defeating those two trainers with their double Wigglytuff and double Clefables, we can head up north and get over to Ecruteak City. Head inside the PC, immediately be stopped by this fellow right here, but that's okay. We're still going to heal up, mark our location, and yap a little bit to Bill. After healed up and ready to continue, we need to head up to the northwest and head up to, I believe, the Burns Tower, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, the Burns Tower. We're going to go ahead and hop inside here and see the legendary beast just chilling around. Well, isn't that interesting? Then want to head north a little bit and head over east. We do have to fight this trainer right here. He will stop you and yap for a bit and basically just be super excited about the legendary beast down there. You might actually not have to fight them. Yeah, you don't have. Perfect. Okay. You do have to fight. You can see your rival up here sneaking about. You do have to fight your rival here. So go ahead and make sure you're prepared for that fight before jumping into it. But whenever you're ready, just go ahead and get it started. All right. After defeating him, he will kind of just screw off, thankfully. And now we can just head down this little ladder here. I don't think there's any other fights we have to do here, but we have to head down this ladder here and basically startle the legendary beasts. So just head down the ladder really quickly and run over here as far as you can, and then boom, the legendary beast will be like, a human near us. Time to, you know, run off, I guess. This guy will come talk to you, be like, oh my goodness, how did you find the legendary beast? I know that we could see them like literally through the middle of the floor from that top layer, but I couldn't find them. They were just they were too sneaky. You can actually shiny hunt for coughing here, / this is the best spot in the game to shiny hunt for coughing. It's why you see a bunch of people here actually kind of getting encounters. It is people shiny hunting for coughing. So good luck to everybody involved here. Hopefully you have some, a low encounter shiny. Good luck, good luck. And then after this, we can go ahead and continue onward. And by continue onward, I mean head outside of the burn tower, go heal up, and just take on the gym. So make sure to go heal up and then head over to the west of the Poke Center whenever you're ready and head inside the gym right here. We're going to go ahead and traverse our way forward. We have to go ahead and fight this lady right here. First things first. Now, this gym should be really straightforward. I think we do have to fight every single trainer in this gym, and then every single time we defeat them, they're going to blank out the light. But really, all you have to do is follow one path. There's not really anything special about this gym, and then just spam through with Choice Band Crunch with your Gyarados if you got it. All right, it turns out I was mistaken. You actually have to step pretty carefully in this gym or you'll fall off the edge. You can actually like run off like so, and it'll teleport you back to the start. So we have to actually be a little careful with our steps. That makes it a little bit more interesting. You can actually see the little tile over here. So if you head over here, head east, and then run straight across, you can make your way across like that. You can kind of tell based on the little bridges here, you can make your way all the way west. There is one spot that's a little tricky, and I'll show you where that's at here in a quick sec after defeating this trainer. All right, after you defeat her, it's going to get really dark. You need to take one step to the east, one step north, I believe. Maybe one more step. So 2 steps north. There you go. And then head all the way west, and you'll reach this lady right here. Then you'll have to, after defeating her, go south 1, go west 2, go north 1, west 1, and then directly north. All right, when you come back out of that fight, it'll be completely dark. Once again, you need to head south 1 tile, west 2, north 1, and then west 2, and I'm hoping I might have fallen off. No, I think you can see. Okay, I forget if I've gone west 1 or 2. I'm gonna go one more. Let's double check. Actually, I might be able to tell based on the little flicker up here where I need to be lined up. Let's see if I might be like 1 step too far west. This is obviously kind of tricky. It's at the end of the day, it's okay if you fail. It just means you need to like come back and redo it. It's not a big deal. I'm gonna check my other. I think I might be 1 step too. No, I'm just gonna go. Yeah, I think I was 1 step too far west. Or sorry, yeah, I was 1 step too far west. That's okay. When you fail, you get a little more light, honestly. So it's kind of just better. Now I can just see where I'm at. There we go. It's not a big deal. Once again, if you fall like me, it's no loss at all. Now, after defeating this trainer, I'm actually going to purposefully fall, and I'll show you why, because otherwise this spot is just so annoying. But if you purposefully fall, you get the perfect amount of light. I'm just going to head 1 step east, purposefully fall, and now we get just enough light to misclick and actually run to the side of the bridge that you can obviously see. But no, now we can head back to where we were. We can once again see just a little flicker of the bridge there, and over here, we need to actually, now we can run through. Otherwise, you have to like take this weird path down here and loop around it. It's just really, really easy to make a mistake there. So now we should be able to, I think this is a straightforward path. Let's go ahead and try it. Yep, a straightforward path up to the gym leader. I'm going to switch up my stronger Gyarados and go ahead and start the fight. So once again, don't be afraid to fall off the edge on this fight. It's not a big deal. You just try to walk your way back to the gym. Leader Morty packs himself a Misdrevious lead. Everybody's lead can be different. Keep an eye out for that. Level 27 Misdrevious is what I see. Then a level 29 Gengar, which does have Cursed Body, which makes it so you can't use the move. Yeah, it disables the move that was actually used to kill Gengar. So since I'm Choice Banded, I'm just going to switch out here. Really easy way to just go ahead and fix this. I can just sacrifice switch over to that Togepi that we got earlier on in the storyline, the level 1 Togepi from the egg. Sorry, Togepi, you got to go down, but it's actually going to live. The strong Togepi from the, that's so funny. because they use Shadow Ball there. So we go ahead and sacrifice our Togepi. Now I can bring back in my Gyarados without the move being disabled and go ahead and crunch down this Haunter. Pretty easy gym leader, honestly. Just level 27 Misdrevious, 27 Haunter, and 29 Gengar, and boom bam. That is our 4th gym badge achieved. Our max obedience will be leveled up, and we'll also get our 4th gym badge, of course. If this is your first region, congratulations, you can now access the GTL, which you should abuse. If you're not an Iron Man account, you should absolutely abuse the GTL. It's the most powerful thing in PokeMMO, being able to buy yourself Gyaradoses, buy yourself rare candies, XP candies, leftovers, choice items, whatever items you may need, you can go ahead and just buy them off the GTL, and they will make your storylines significantly easier. You also get a Shadow Ball TM, which is awesome, and now we can just purposefully run off the ledge just like that to get outside. I'm going to go heal up really quick before we continue onward. We now need to head up to the building right above the Poke Center inside of here and do a little bit of dialogue. We then need to go fight this Rocket Grunt who's kind of bullying the dancer up here. So we're going to go make him get out of here, kind of push him away. We actually don't have to fight him. Perfect. No fight even necessary. We just go ahead and... Hello? He's supposed to run off. I guess it's bugged. That's fine. Let's see if the story... Okay, he didn't run off. I don't know if that's bugged, whatever, but we still can continue onward. Even if he doesn't run off, we can run down here and grab the HM Surf from this old man when we try to leave the stage. And now we can go ahead and leave the little dance studio, head over to the northwest and leave Ecruteak City up here through this little passageway, go to the west, and now we're at a fork in the road, where I'm going to go ahead and pop a rappel and bike very speedily across this whole little part, just heading all the way west, then north a little bit, and then all the way west, and then south, and then west right here. We'll run into this old man who wants to yap to us for a little bit. He will scamper off. We'll then want to head south, and if we position correctly, we can actually dodge both these trainers' fights. You have to just go ahead and hop like that, dodging them both. This guy, you do have to fight. It's a mandatory fight. All right, after defeating that mandatory trainer, you want to just continue heading south, and we'll reach over to Olivine City, which is a massive deal because this is the city with the dock. So you actually can now travel between the other regions in PokeMMO, or travel back to regions you've already gone to, etc., etc. So this is a pretty massive little milestone here. This guy will also come be a little stinker, of course. We're going to hop inside the PC to heal up and mark our spawn location as per normal. Just kidding, that's not the PC, that's the gym. I am apparently blind. We're gonna head over to the PC really quick and mark our location and heal. We now need to head east over from the PC and head inside this building here, which is the Lighthouse itself. Go north and then head west up the staircase over here. Head upside. You will have to fight this trainer really quick. Then after defeating him, you can go ahead and loop around, head over east. You do have to fight this guy as well, and we'll head up this ladder here when we can. All right, but go ahead and head up this ladder when possible, and you want to be careful. You can walk this trainer if you walk him properly, just like that, but if you run, he will catch you. You can then head down here, and you head down here specifically just so you can loop around this old man. You can go grab that Pokeball if you want, but it will require a trainer fight, or you could loop around just like that and head out here and have this beautiful lighthouse visual. Head north and then west a little bit and north. And you can walk this trainer, but if you run, you can actually see him switching forth. If you run, he will catch you. I'm going to wait for him to... All right, then after defeating him, we can head over here and head up this ladder. It's the only way we can go. And we'll make our way up to this girl right here. I want to go ahead and talk to her and go through a fair bit of dialogue. She will open up this door for us to head out now whenever we want to, which we want to go ahead and do. We need to go pick up some medicine to essentially heal this Ampharos. We'll go grab this super potion here as well, but that is the next part of the storyline. Now head into the elevator and head all the way down to the first floor, which it'll automatically take you down to. You want to head out here like this, head over to the PC, heal up really quick, make sure to say hi to Xanarchy, of course, and then head outside of the PC and head west and then south down to the little ocean little part right here. So we're going to go ahead and surf. Make sure you actually bring a Pokemon with surf. I mean, I might need to go grab one from my box. Yep, I'm going to go ahead and go grab one really quick. When you have your surf Pokemon and are ready to go, come over to the water, go ahead and use surf. And I strongly recommend max repels whenever traversing the water. Now we want to surf while sticking hard to the left side of the water. Go ahead and go south past that guy first. But then once you're past that guy, stay over all the way over to the western / left part of the water. If you get snagged by a trainer or two, it's okay. All right, but just continue heading south and west. We want to dodge this guy here where possible, or just run right into him like I do. All right, but after either dodging him or fighting him, you want to continue south and west and dodge this other trainer that wades back and forth down here. We're going to go ahead and dodge her, head over south and west. We do have to fight this trainer. Go ahead and tank this fight. But then if you continue west after this fight, we should make our way over to Cianwood City. Make sure to go ahead and hop inside the PC, mark your location, and heal up. But afterwards, we can head directly over to the gym, which is up to the northwest part of the city. Go ahead and hop inside. The gym leader is right there. We have to kind of get the water off of his head, I guess, before we can fight him. Dodge this trainer the best you can. He's pretty quick, so if you get stuck by him, it's not a big deal. You do have to come fight this guy really quick. We now need to get this guy to move over to his original location, so we actually have to run back down. The problem is this guy is most likely going to catch you here. It's really hard to dodge him now, but we're going to try our best. And it is possible, as you can see, it is possible, but it's very difficult. If you miss it, don't worry about it. Let's go ahead and head back outside the gym and then back in. We have to do the same thing. We have to dodge him like 2 more times. The trick is dodge him as he like comes over here to turn. You want to get a little ahead of him in that way. Now we can go ahead and head up here, operate this little forklift type thing. I guess that's not a forklift at all. What am I talking about? Turn the gears on this to lift up the water, and that will take the water off of the gym leader's head. Now he can focus. We're going to try to dodge him. Thankfully we do. And now we can go ahead and actually fight the gym leader. There we go. Leader Chuck, of course, the water type gym leader. Even though we have our water type Gyarados, he's still going to be able to obliterate this guy, even though they share the same type. This Poliwrath might have water absorb though. You do need to be aware of that / watch out for that. To counteract that a little bit, I'm actually going to go ahead and just counter switch or sacrifice switch over to something like my Wingull perhaps. Go over to Wingull and then switch my Gyarados back in. Since it's an Intimidate Pokemon, we can basically get 2 different Intimidates on him at once, which is going to drastically increase the chances of us surviving any attacks he throws off, like these body slams. I might even go ahead and just bring in, you know what? While I have the chance, I'm going to bring in the Plusle right now and go for discharges, since I actually do have the max obedience now to properly use this. And then in the future, after this Plusle gets some value and dies, we can then bring in our Gyaradoses and get that Intimidate off if we need to on different Pokemon they'll be fighting as well. For example, the gym leader switches over to Primeape here. I'm actually going to go ahead and take this time to go over to Gyarados, get an Intimidate proc on this Primeape, and it's very unlikely the Primeape would randomly go for some sort of Thunder Punch against Plusle. He's probably going for some sort of Earthquake or Fighting type move, and yep, there it is. So we tank that very successfully on our backup Gyarados. We get the Intimidate off, and now we can Waterfall to finish off that damage. And Poliwrath, we know that Plusle can actually outspeed him and discharge him and kill him, so there's no reason to have to force our Gyarados into that situation. I'm not choice banded on this Gyarados. I'm going to go ahead and go for Crunch here. It very well might not kill, but that's okay. We do get paralyzed, unfortunately. We still should be good. Yeah, we do very little damage, honestly. This is a situation where I probably want to go ahead and head back over to Geodude or Plusle. This fight's getting a little tough. As you can see, the fights are definitely going to get tougher as the storyline continues. I'm going to head over to Geodude as sort of a sacrifice switch to allow myself to bring in Plusle again. To get a proper kill here. I'll set up Stealth Rocks if I'm able to, but I'm really just here to sacrifice switch for the most part. So now we can go over to Plusle, and now we can guaranteed kill this thing with Discharge, take out a big threat on his team that had Water Absorb that our Gyaradoses couldn't push through. And I'm sorry, he's actually a Fighting type gym leader. I don't know why I said Water type. Excuse me. He is a Fighting type gym leader, as we see Hitmontop and Primeape come in to confirm that. And with one last waterfall, that is the gym leader defeated. I strongly recommend, if you don't have them on by the setting on by now, you might have noticed down in my battle log, you can see the percentage damage that I'm dealing, like 70.7, like exact numbers. If you don't have it over on in your settings, you can actually go ahead and change your interface settings and put show battle damage percents to always. It is only on in PvP by default, and I think that is a big disservice to the Pokemon storylines with how difficult they can be. It's good to know the exact percentages coming in. But that is the 5th gym badge, level 39 obedience unlocked. And a massive step, and Focus Punch TM, a massive step in our Johto storyline. When you then head outside of the gym, this lady will come up to you and give you the Fly HM. So now Johto is so much more traversable. We can fly over to Olivine City and come and go from Johto as we please now. But then after defeating the gym, you want to head over to this house, which is right next to the PC, or kind of the southmost house in the city. Come talk to this guy, and he will give you the antidote / healing potion to help the Ampharos. Then go ahead and use your new Fly HM to fly over to Ecruteak City from Cianwood City. And we're going to head northeast a bit over through the passageway over here and go grab the Strength HM really quick. We do have to fight this trainer. But after defeating this trainer, we can head over to the east and we'll get stopped by a little mountain climber hiker guy coming out, and he will give you the Strength HM. We'll then scamper off. I'm going to go ahead and go grab this Pokeball since we're literally right next to it, and it is the TM Icy Wind. We can then head inside of this cave, go ahead and pop a Max Repel. I recommend it. Head through this cave like so. Go through that one entrance as soon as you can. Head east, all the way east, and then head south into this next entrance. Then head south a bit until we reach this little staircase. Head down here. And then continue outward outside of the cave, which is we still have our Repel popped. We can go ahead and traverse around these trainers like so, as well as dodging this guy just like this. And now we're over in Mahogany Town. We can go mark our location by hopping inside the PC and healing up. And I believe now it is time for the Lake of Rage. So we're going to go ahead and head north of Mahogany Town. We can't quite do the gym leader yet. We're going to head north up here, dodge whatever trainers we can. Head north on this eastern patch of grass. If you stay on the eastern patch, you'll dodge this trainer up here. I'm not sure if you have to walk her, so just in case, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm not sure if she'll snap to you. You can walk around these trainers like so. Dodge these trainers continuously like so, and then make your way up here until you see it raining. All right, and now make sure to be fully prepared for this fight the best you possibly can, because it is a tough one. I went ahead and pulled out my Discharge Plusle. This is where you need your Discharge Pokemon, and I actually used some XP candies onto it to, train it up to the max level cap, and I also went ahead and put a magnet item onto it. Here is the Lake of Rage Gyarados. You cannot catch this Pokemon. It is not a catchable free shiny for everybody. That's not how it works in PokeMMO. That would be terrible for the economy and would essentially make it so it would be totally inefficient to ever shiny hunt Magikarp, which would not be very fun. So instead, they've turned it into a Shalfa boss fight. A Shalfa is a shiny alpha. It's a pretty tough fight. Make sure you are fully prepared before jumping into this once again. But whenever you're ready, we can go ahead and interact with him and start the fight. All right, but it is time for the Shalfa Lake of Rage Gyarados boss fight. The music is amazing. This fight is amazing. This was a massive deal when this was added to PokeMMO, and it's just such a cool encounter. Everybody was wondering for like years and years and years, how will they handle the Gyarados fight? How are they going to do it? What are they going to do, you know? It was so... Nobody knew. Nobody really knew what was going to happen, and it was totally up in the air. Now, does this hit all legitimate? This might hit my friendly Pokemon. Just in case, I'm going to go ahead and switch out here. Unfortunately, I forgot it was a triple battle, so my Garchomp's just going to sacrifice himself there. That's fine, I guess. The main thing you want to do is have your Discharge Pokemon. I definitely should have put my Discharge Pokemon in the middle there. I kind of messed up. Kind of forgot about that, but a quick reminder for anybody else doing this fight, put your Discharge Pokemon in the middle like that. And look at that. We didn't even do that much damage to him. That's what's rough. This is a tough fight, man. Do not sleep on this fight. This is a difficult battle, as you can see here. He's going to switch around my Pokemon a little bit. There is the this Gyarados actually gets evolved. I'm going to bring back in my strong Gyarados. This thing took so little damage from that. It's actually crazy. Go ahead and go for, on this, probably just a Rock Smash to get like a defense lower. I could go ahead and use this turn, you know what? I might actually go ahead and just, if I had an X special attack, I could use it on my Plusle. Since I don't, I kind of want to use an X attack on my Gyarados. I think that is the best use of my turn here. And then Stab Waterfall is probably going to do more damage than Crunch. It's kind of close, actually. It's not very effective. Crunch might do more. It would be 80 plus Stab. I think Crunch does more. No, it would be 80, not very effective, to 40, then plus Stab 60. But yeah, Crunch should be better. So we're going to go for Crunch there. Discharge here. If this Discharge hits my Gyarados, that sucks, but what are you going to do? You kind of have to risk it. I do outspeed and get some damage. Okay. Big, beautiful damage. I'm really hoping this... Yeah, it does hit my own Gyarados, which... That is a massive downside here, I'm not going to lie. The best other option here, if you're looking for a powerful storyline Pokemon that won't get obliterated by your own Discharge Pokemon, is Crocodile. Crocodile is a beast. Super powerful ground type Pokemon, would be immune. The ideal setup here would be Plusle in the middle, or some sort of Discharge user in the middle, and then having which section? Let's do this, I guess. And then having let's have Gyarados on the right side, so the Minun or the Plusle can't hit it again. But the ideal setup would definitely be like Crocodile, some sort of Discharge Pokemon, and then like another Crocodile or something like that. This is a tough fight, man. I might lose this. It's very, very possible I lose this. I'm going to definitely die here. I could go ahead and go for that X attack again on this Gyarados, since at least it'll live for like an extra turn here. I'm going to go ahead and go for Crunch here on the Shiny Alpha Gyarados. I could go for Revives as well. I probably should. Maybe I should have gone for a Revive here, actually. The Discharge still hits this Gyarados, even though it's further away. Oh, no. Did it dodge it, thankfully? I was like, that would be insane. Okay. The Shalfa Gyarados uses Thunder and hits it in the rain on my own Gyarados. How much damage does this Discharge do? Not very much, right? Also, he heals himself from the attack drop. That's insane. I might lose this fight. I think I just have to go for the Discharge here. If I lose this fight, that's okay. It's going to be really close. 18%. We can kill it in one more turn. I have to just live one attack here, but Plusle is pretty frail. I think that kills me. Oh, what a tough fight. Even 10,000 hours couldn't take it down. That's okay. We can strategize much better here. Let me go to my PC and grab some better Pokemon. All right, this time I'll be trying a much more proper strategy and actually preparing. Once again, this is why Johto is the hardest storyline in my opinion. So I will actually be leading here with an Alpha Krokorok, aka a ground type Pokemon on the left side, and then I'll also have 2 different Plusles. The reason why is because they have the plus ability. So if 2 of them are on the battlefield, which they do see, they'll actually get a pretty significant damage boost. So now I can go ahead and spam off 2 different discharges. I did put a Quick Claw on one of them, so I didn't have an extra magnet. So I went ahead and put the extra Quick Claw there. The discharge will hit the other Plusles for very, very little damage. The plus/minus ability will monstrously boost their damage. We do get a Paralyze off on the Gyarados. This should be significantly better, as we can see here. Yep, things are already going much, much, much better. We do get a Stone Edge off from our Krokorok as well. It was totally okay if we missed that. Look at all that damage, though, from our Gyarados. Goodness gracious. Should be the same strategy here. Just go ahead, Stone Edge, discharge, just like this. 27% now to the Gyarados. Huge damage there. Doesn't affect the Krokorok. 16% from our other Plusle. Big damage here. Doing much better than the last fight. This probably should be it. And then 20% from our Krokorok. Okay, this should be it taken care of. You really do have to play this fight well. It's tough, man. It is a tough fight. Hurricane and Thunder spam with 100% accuracy in rain. I'm going to just bring in the other Minun and just go ahead and click triple discharge here. The more dischargers, the better. You cannot go wrong. Once again, you cannot catch this, so don't even try. There you go. Discharge is the way to beat this. It is by far the best strategy. The same way Rock Slide is super good against Ho-Oh. There we go. That is the Gyarados fight done, thankfully. Whew, even though we prepared for it, even though we had a discharge Pokemon, it was still tough. But there we go. We got it taken care of. We then want to go ahead and fly back down to Mahogany Town. Heal up really quick because we probably need it. Go ahead and switch up your party if you need to, just like I have to really quick. And then now that we've defeated the Gyarados, I believe we can just fly straight up to the Lake of Rage. Yes, thankfully we can just fly back to it instead of having to travel back through all the grass. We need to go talk to Lance really quick before we continue the storyline. After talking to him, he will fly off. Then you want to head back down to Mahogany Town. And then head into the house that is in this north middle center part of the town. Come inside, talk to him, and do a bunch of dialogue yapping. And you will discover some staircase in this building, which you then need to follow him down. And now we need to just follow this path, and every time we run into one of these little Persian statues, we'll get an intruder alert, and a Team Rocket Grunt will come fight us. All right, but then after defeating a trainer or 2, you can go ahead and head away from the statue and head all the way west. Once we need to keep an eye out for these statues, so these are basically trainers we want to dodge. Head all the way west, head south down to this little blue crate, then head all the way east, and then head all the way south. Don't hit any Persian statues quite yet. Head down here to this scientist, just continuing looping around. And make your way over to the side of this laptop, and then go ahead and interact with the laptop. You'll see a secret switch, and yes, you do want to press it, and that will turn the surveillance system off. And I recommend not fighting this trainer because the only thing you get from that Pokeball over there is just an upgrade, which you can either buy really cheaply on the GTL or pick up very commonly over at Island 5. But now that the surveillance system is off, we can head back to kind of the, not the starting area, but head back to this little area and just kind of loop around. When I just head east and then south over to these 2 blue crates, and then south and then all the way west. As long as the surveillance system is off, this whole thing becomes way easier. You can grab whatever super easy Pokeballs you can pick up if you would like, but just continue heading west, all the way west, and then down this staircase right here. And this will trigger a little Lance event. We go ahead and talk to him. He will heal us up as well. Now we need to follow him by heading all the way east and heading south down here. Immediately heading all the way east. And I believe we can loop around. No, we can't loop around. We do have to fight this trainer. So just go ahead and fight this trainer and then head down this blue staircase. All right, head down the staircase after defeating that trainer like we talked about. And then go ahead and see the Lance interaction once again. We're going to just follow him essentially west. We need to get a certain voice password. So yap, 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 just spam through all that dialogue and then head west, dodging this trainer, and then head north up through here, and then loop around over to this scientist right here, interact with them, and they will say that they do know the password essentially, and you have to defeat them in a fight to get it. Slowpoke Tail is the password. We now need to head back south and then west over here to this trainer and fight this trainer right here, who I believe get the voice or get something else to be able to continue. We might as well go pick up these 2 Pokeballs over here because there's not really a reason not to. One of them is an X Special, and the other one is a Quick Protein. Now we can head back out to the hallway from which we came in. We can head north once we reach here. Go grab a quick free Pokeball up here. See a little boss guy over there memeing around. Foul Play TM, a very good TM, very relevant for PVM and like occasional certain raids. Head up this staircase here. Then head all the way west, and we will have to fight a trainer up here. There's a mandatory Team Rocket grunt right here we have to fight. And then head down the staircase afterwards. All right, down the staircase we go. Then we head south down here and then all the way east. And we'll get interrupted by something here, a little bit of dialogue, and our rival. And he will push us because he's a big grump and then run off because I think he lost to Giovanni or something like that. We can go pick up this free Pokeball really quick right there. And now we can go interact with the door. And since we have the voice, we have the password, we can go ahead and open the door just like this. Head inside and then take on the quote-unquote Giovanni fight. But it turns out it's actually not Giovanni. It's some insane turbo nerd who's just trying to mimic him named Petrol. Then we do have to go ahead and defeat this nerd. All right, and after obliterating the nerd Petrol, he will essentially just run off. It's like, oh, you need my voice to unlock the next thing. However, we listen to Murkrow here in a quick sec, and it turns out Murkrow is kind of a parrot, I guess, and mimics his voice perfectly. So now we have to chase down a Murkrow. So we need to head back the way we came, run back over here, and go back up this northwestern staircase. Head up here, follow the Murkrow heading all the way east. Just go all the way east in this long hallway. And go up the same staircase we went, down the same staircase we went up prior. And we're just still following this Murkrow. This time we're going to go ahead and step in front of it. He's going to say, Hail Giovanni once again. We're going to follow all the way down. We can grab this Pokeball because why not? It's a full heal. Continue all the way south. I think we do have to fight this trainer or we could dodge him. Beautiful. Go up this staircase here. Same situation. These are trainers we've already fought in, thankfully. Head all the way west. And here is the bird. We've caught up to him. And he's right in front of the metal door here. So now we got the voice recognition to work in that way. Kind of honestly a really cute, fun puzzle in my opinion. And in all of Pokemon, probably one of the better puzzles. We'll get stopped by some dialogue here, as you can see. And as long as we can defeat them, we'll be fine. Lance is going to come help us out to make this fight a 2v2. Opponents are packing some typical Team Rocket Pokemon. Things like Arbok, Drowsies. And then bam, boom, after the fight, they'll be defeated, of course. We have a little more dialogue. I don't know if my thing is glitching. There we go. They run off, and now we need to go defeat these electrodes to turn off this evil power system with whatever it's doing. So we're going to head to the left side over here. I'm going to go ahead and put my my Krokorok, for example, in the lead because electric type into Gyarados is no bueno. We're going to go jump into these electrodes. And these guys cannot have levitate, so you can successfully earthquake them. And you do need to fight all 3 of them, so just go through all of them. Now, they do have self-destruct, so they will try to take you out with them. But thankfully, if you can dodge at least one of them self-destructing, you should be fine for the most part. Like, if this one self-destructs, that's okay. It still KOs itself and gets the job done. All right, and then after that is done, we talk to Lance for a quick sec. Get the HM Whirlpool alongside, I believe, the TM Swift. And then we'll head out of here. All right, Lance will head out, and now we can follow him by heading over to the left over here, going up the only staircase right here, and then taking the portal back to the entrance of this place, heading outside, and I'm going to go heal up while I can before we take on the gym here. All right, but whenever you're ready, we can go ahead and hop inside the 6th gym over in Mahogany Town. You want to go ahead and head inside, run into this little ice block, run into it again, head left, head north, head east, and then head north over through this next orange door. Now, I want to go ahead and head over to the left over here. We do need to actually fight this trainer, so we're going to go ahead and just interact with her like that and go through the fight. All right, after you take out Skier Diana, we can head over here in this little top left-hand corner section. We're going to bump into this ice block, bump into it again, and then head north. Kind of similar to the same way we solved the last puzzle. I do recommend keeping a fair bit of potions on you. It's kind of a pain to leave this place once you've already gone in, so having extra potions to heal up your Pokemon like I am right there on my Gyarados is definitely going to be crucial. Next, you want to head left and fight this trainer so we can set up for the next ice block push. All right, we have a fair bit of movement to do here, so let's go ahead and do it very slowly and carefully. You want to head up here, first things first, push into this ice block like so. And then after you do that, go ahead and run into it like you would. Go head up north, run into this trainer. You do have to go ahead and fight this trainer really quick. All right, after defeating that trainer, we have a lot of things to do decently quickly. Let's go ahead and head over to the east. Let's then head south, then west, then north, then east, then north, then east, then north, and fight this trainer. Then when you're done that trainer, go ahead and head west into the little ice blocks, and then north, and you'll be right in front of the gym leader himself. Make sure you're healed up, you're potioned up, you're revived, whatever you may need before you're actually ready to go ahead and start the fight. And whenever you're ready, of course, go ahead and jump into the fight. This is gym badge number 6. Keep an eye out in this fight. They do have a Mamoswine as a grounded ice type in the back. So if you try to bring in Plusle like I did and use an electric type attack against one of the water ice Pokemon, they have a counter switch in. So something to watch out for. Pretty intense play there. All right, and if you're like me, this fight won't even be close at all. It's an absolute sweep fest. Don't look at my party. It was just a really easy gym fight. But there we go. That is the 6th badge achieved. Max obedience level 41. Which is nice for us. And we actually have to go back. That's technically badge number 7. You can go a few different orders for the Johto region. This is just the order that I'm following personally. You also got Snowscape, which is also essentially a hail TM to set that weather. And now I can go through the portal whenever you're ready to get out of here, head back to the PC, and go heal up. And now whenever you're ready, we can finally fly back over to Olivine City and go give that secret healing potion over to the Ampharos over here. So head over east from the PC up to the Lighthouse. Head over into the elevator. Take it up to the very top floor. I think it should take you to by default. There's not even any selections. Head over here and go talk to the NPC and her Ampharos. There we go. Let's go talk to the NPC. Yep, here's the medicine, the secret potion, and this should heal up Amphi just fine. This will then send this trainer back down to the gym and allow you to actually do the Olivine gym leader. Go ahead and hop back in the elevator, head back downstairs, head over to the PC and heal up. You'll get a quick call from the Safari guy here, I believe, when you try to leave the Lighthouse. Just letting you know, hey, you should come visit the Safari Zone. We can just ignore that for the time being. Yep, there's the call itself. Alrighty, but whenever you're ready, we can go out and take on the 6/7th gym badge, depending on how you view it, over in Olivine City. Now that that trainer has returned to it, you want to go ahead and head inside here. This is a straight shot gym, if I'm not mistaken. You just have to fight these trainers, and it is a straight path forward to the eventual gym leader. So if we just go ahead, we don't have to fight him, we have to fight her. That'd be amazing if you actually don't have to fight them. That would be, oh yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Okay, so we can just go straight to the gym leader. That is super ideal. I'm going to personally go ahead and actually take Choice Band off my Gyarados for this fight, put leftovers on him, and essentially set up with Dragon Dance. Now that he's at this point where we're getting to the point, for the early game, Choice Band plus Waterfall Spam is better, but you definitely reach a point where it's better to go ahead and actually set up and sweep the whole fight. So we should be able to here against the Steelix. Perfect lead for us. We see a level 38 Steelix into our Gyarados. Let's go for Dragon Dance number 1. If we can get like 2 Dragon Dances set up, we should be able to hard sweep. Steelix is very physically defensive, so it's going to be a little tough. There is a Thunder Fang. I'm going to have to start attacking now. Since he has a 4x super effective move with that Thunder Fang coverage. We have flinch chance here, 20% chance to flinch. A Lychee Berry, is that going to allow... Are you kidding me? Lychee Berry into Thunderfang gives him the perfect damage raise to actually kill my Gyarados. That's pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty unfortunate. The odds of that are pretty unlikely, but
What are you going to do? That is the PokeMMO storylines. I think right now I need to actually head over to Wingull and just revive my Gyarados to get back into this fight. He's going to waste a turn switching over to Magneton anyway, so honestly, that is ideal for me, but it also sucks to see a Magneton, because that means another Pokemon that is going to be electric-type attacking, and also it's going to have Sturdy, most likely, so I need to do a little bit of damage to this thing before I bring in my other Gyarados, because I need to chip down, I need to get rid of its Sturdy for sure. This is a fight, I've seen 2 different Sturdy Pokemon. This is a great example of a fight where, bringing Geodude, even not to an Elite Four fight, but to a gym fight, would have been really beneficial. He gets a flash cannon off, one-shotting my Croc, which is kind of crazy, but that's okay. We can go into our other Gyarados now, and this Gyarados should be able to one-shot these last 2 Pokemon that have Sturdy, so we kind of successfully avoided that, essentially. I'm not setting up Dragon Dance here. That would 1000% get me killed. He would click Discharge for sure and KO me. I'm just going to go for the KO there, see what else he brings in, possibly switch out here. Fortress comes in. This thing has Volt Switch, which is terrifying. A third steel type with thunder coverage. Wow, this is a tough gym. I think I lost to this gym on my main account when Johto actually came out, and now I'm seeing why, because this gym perfectly counters the Gyarados strat. I'm gonna head over to Dragonair here so he can't hit my Gyarados super hard. He doesn't throw out a Volt Switch, which is shocking to me. From this position, I just go ahead and go for like a heal on my first Gyarados, but this is definitely to use an item like this is a little awkward. Ideally, you do want to keep your items for like revives, like more powerful things, but I think this is the best case. And he goes for an explosion. I will take that all day. That is honestly a great situation for me. And now I can safely bring in my revived and healed up Gyarados and go ahead and just kill this Steelix and then maybe set up against the remaining 2 Pokemon depending on what they are. Well, this is easily the toughest fight we've seen so far. Definitely something to be aware of when going into this gym. Now, the Starmie is packing Rocky Helmet, so the least amount of times you can hit it is ideal. I'm going to go ahead and set up a Dragon Dance here since it would actually save me some HP, because I have to hit it 2 more times anyway if I don't D-Dance, but if I D-Dance here, I only have to hit it 1 more time, which is going to save me a significant amount of health here against this Rocky Helmet chip. So Rocky Helmet does a lot of damage. Don't sleep on, watch this, from 44% down to, watch the damage here, 28. That is so much chip damage. In comes Scizor. This should be this fight taken care of. I should be able to waterfall this once or twice. Hopefully live 1 attack. If I can't live 1 attack, I can bring in my backup Gyarados or my Plusle. There we go. We just live the 1 attack. There we go. Beautiful. Might Bullet Punch there. Thankfully, no Bullet Punch. Beautiful. That is our 6th, aka 7th gym badge achieved. Only 1 more gym left. The Ho-Oh boss fight and an Elite Four run, of course. We got ourselves the Mineral Badge, which is going to up our max obedience to 46, which is massive. And I think this is the time where I might go ahead. I might actually go ahead and just switch some of my Pokemon over to an alt account. Or not alt account, sorry. Over to, like, go over to a different region and do some XP training. If you have Fly and Olivine City unlocked, never be afraid to head back to a previous region that you've completed, do the XP training there, and then come back to make sure you have, you know, max level Pokemon instead of like level 41s and 29s and 36s where you're working at a disadvantage. Just be careful, though, if you do that, because if you head back to previous regions you've defeated, you can level Pokemon over the max obedience level cap. So if my max obedience level cap is 46, and I go level this Gyarados in a different region, and it has, like, more stored XP here that would level it above 46, like, I would never level up a max obedience, a level capped Pokemon without doing it in the region first. So be very, very careful about that. If you over level a Pokemon over your max obedience, you can make it useless in that storyline run. So you definitely want to be very careful with that. All right, but if you're still following along my same path, now we need to head over to Goldenrod City, go over to the Goldenrod Tunnels, and do a little Team Rocket cosplay sneaky action. You actually want to head up 1 more section up here to the northwest, up until you find this little tunnel section here. All right, next up, when you're in Goldenrod Tunnel, you need to head down the only staircase you can and just follow the only path you can. Come over here and talk to this Team Rocket member. Now, make sure you have time set aside when you're doing this. It's hard to take a break in the middle of this because we're about to put on a Team Rocket outfit. So make sure you have at least 15-20 minutes or so to do this next part of the storyline before you begin, before you change the outfit like this. So now we are all properly dressed up.
And now we need to head back outside of the tunnel, just like this. Go up the staircase, head outside. We're going to loop around in the city. Once you're out here, head east over to the mainland, head south and then west immediately, and come over to this big, like, gray, dark building. Head inside, and then head over here to come fight this guy. I guess you only needed about 2 minutes of free time because I think we're already getting out of our Team Rocket uniform right now. So there we go. We go ahead and try to head up here. And our rival Silver will come out of the way and come stop us. And here's where our outfit gets deduced, just like this. And then we have to fight this guy. We're supposed to be undercover, but Silver kind of blows that. All right, and then after defeating him, he will run off, and so will Silver here in a quick sec. Then we can go ahead and head upstairs. I'm going to plop a choice band on my Gyarados right now. Perfect. And now we need to battle this guy, and I believe this guy, and head over to the west right here. If we just stay up to this top side, we can dodge this guy, fight this guy, head over to this staircase. All right, after defeating this trainer, you can go ahead and head west. I was like, I'm worried if I had to walk that guy, but I think you can just run past him. You'll make it over here, and you can actually loop your way around this guy if you position well. So you can come down here, loop around like this, and come over to this staircase and go up right there. And then here, we can do the same thing where we actually loop around this guy by going around the long way, just like that. And then go up here. And then come in the big guy's office and come talk to this guy like so. And we run into the Turbo Nerd Petrol again. Ugh. Gotta beat him up really quick. And unfortunately, this fight can actually be a little bit tough. Like Weezing can be a pretty difficult Pokemon to break through. Just keep in mind, he is generally weak to special attacks. He's kind of a physical wall. So if you're struggling with different Weezings, just keep that in mind. Try to throw off some sort of special attacks if you have them. Thankfully, Gyarados is broken. Choice Band Gyarados, even though it's physical, is just stomping through. It just does enough damage to push through these bad boys. All right, and then after that fight is over, we'll get a little basement key type thing. We need to head out the way we came while dodging the same trainers that we dodged. So make sure you loop around, as slowly as you need to essentially get out of here. Just go ahead and do it just like this, as we did before. Looping around, running down all the stairs. And go ahead and run past this guy. We fought this guy, so we should be good. Let's just go ahead and run through. Down here one more time. And now we can head out of here. And now we need to go back into the main city of Goldenrod and loop around over to another tunnel, which I believe is over here. So if you loop in here into the little alleyway with the building that has the diamond on it, you can loop down to this other section of the tunnel right in here. Head down here is the only place to go. And now we can head over to the east and trigger this little quick conversation really quick and head inside here. After a little bit of dialogue. Yap. I'm actually going to go ahead and take the time to go heal really quick since my party is kind of beat up. Go ahead and do the same if you need to. All right, but whenever you're ready, go ahead and head inside using the key that we just achieved. Boom. Go ahead and head down the only staircase we can. And now we need to head over to the west. We do have to fight this trainer really quick. We'll get stopped by Silver really quick as well, of course. Hold it. Yada, yada, yada. Yap. And we have a rival fight here quickly before adventuring through here. Alrighty, but after defeating him, we can go ahead and continue onward. And by onward, I mean heading west and fighting this trainer next as well. So go ahead and jump into this guy's face, fight him, and we'll come down to these little 3 colored switches you can see in the middle of the room. Alright, after defeating the Team Rocket member, head over to the colored switches. Go ahead and press the green one in the middle once, the blue one once, and then the red one once. And that should be the configuration that we want to now head over here, head down to the green little square, and head east. We do have to fight this trainer really quick. All right, then after defeating this rocket trainer, go ahead and head directly inside of this room. Go all the way up. I'm going to grab this Pokeball because there's not really a reason not to. We'll get ourselves a free Ultra Ball. But then hop over here and keep following around. Head all the way west here just so I think we can dodge this trainer if we head all the way west like that. Yup, beautiful. Can walk around him. Head over here, grab this Pokeball. Watch out for this walking trainer. As you can see here, I'm actually going to head back over here just to make sure I can dodge him properly. And now, as long as we watch him, we can kind of head behind him, dodge him, loop up here, come over here. And we do have to fight this trainer. You can't, for some reason, you can't path under this box. It looks like you can, but you have to come around here to reach this old guy over here. All right, but after defeating this trainer, you want to loop around here, head over to this old man, go ahead and talk to him really quick, and he'll basically say, thank you, like, help us
stop them from taking over the radio tower. They'll give this little card key. Now you want to go grab this Pokeball because why not? That's a free TM for Earth Power. Definitely a useful one. Now we need to head out back over here. Oh, can't go through. I was trying to go through the path. Can't go through. Head right here for a sec. All right, now we need to head up this staircase right here. Grab this Pokeball because why not? Get ourselves a free amulet coin. Head over to this elevator right here. Go inside of that. Talk to this lady. And then go to floor 1. Not basement floor 1, but just floor 1. The first floor. This takes us to the exit, and now we can go heal up and traverse that if we need to in the future. But we should be good to just heal up really quick. And then head back to that dark building that we were at earlier. So I'm just going to heal up really quick. And then from outside of the PC, you want to go north and then west right up here and head back inside this building. Now we need to retrace our steps a little bit, head inside the radio tower and go over to this staircase up here. Make sure to dodge the trainers correctly the way you did previously, so I can just run straight through this guy, for example. Head up this left staircase. Same thing over here. Come around actually to the outside. This one's a little bit different. Come around to the outside like so. And we can actually, I think, dodge this scientist if we head all the way up like this. I don't know if he'll try to fight you, but just in case, head up like that, dodge him like I did, and then head over to the east, fight this guy. I'm going to try to dodge her by looping around. We'll see. All right, now we can go ahead and loop around this guy to dodge this trainer just in case. Head over here, press your A button on this door, and it will make the door explode and head off screen like you saw, of course. We're just using the card key on it. Now we need to fight this guy and head over to the left up this staircase. After defeating him, go ahead and head up here. And we have like 3 or so trainers. Pretty simple stuff, as you can see here. There's going to be a few trainers where we just fight them and head up the staircase. So here's Proton. Grab this Pokeball if you'd like for a free Thunderstone. Then head up the stairs past Proton. And we have to come fight this guy. Ariana. Okay, the red-haired fella. Another red-haired fella. Let's fight him up. Right after defeating him, go ahead and head inside the red doors like so. These are going to take you up to the observation deck. You can now go ahead and head out of the elevator. Go ahead and heal up to if you need to as well. As you can see, my team was quite beat up through some of these fights. I did end up actually using my Gyarados, my over-leveled one as a sacrifice switch. A really good tip if you have over-leveled Pokemon like me, or can't use them because your max obedience levels is too low, you can still utilize those Pokemon that will ignore your orders and insta-fate themselves. You can still use them as sacrifice switches. I was actually able to switch in my we can see that actually in the text logs or whatever. I switched in my Gyarados, got an Intimidate proc out of it, had it tank a Night Slash, and then it ignored orders and killed itself in the next turn. But also, I yoinked a Honchkrow Sky Attack, which also used up its item, used up the Power Herb. So I got like a ton of value just off of switching over into that sacrificial Gyarados. Sacrifice switches might just straight up be one of the most important strategies to utilize when playing the PokeMMO storylines. I think they are super underused from what I see for when people play storylines. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into this guy. And this is most likely going to be our big and final fight for this area. Let's see how it goes. It's been pretty crazy how many of these guys are just full of poison-type Pokemon. This actually might be a decent storyline. I usually don't recommend Alakazam. Alakazam is solid. Alakazam is like easily a top 100, maybe top 50 storyline Pokemon. It's just frail. People always ask me, what's the best Pokemon to beat PokeMMO? And I have tons of videos on the topic. And I always tell people, pick a Pokemon that is fast enough, has insane damage, but also somewhat bulky, right? Gyarados is the perfect answer to that. 95 base HP, 79 defense, 100 Spadef. That's really good bulk. And then it has 80 speed, which is like just fast enough to outspeed pretty much everything in the storyline, but can be a little slow, a little bit in some instances. But I always say 80 speed is all you need. In the storylines and PvP, you need a lot more speed, obviously. And then 125 attack. Gyarados is the perfect metric to go off of. It is a hard-hitting, well-typed Pokemon while having enough speed while also hitting like an absolute truck and having that bulk, right? I see a lot of people run things like Gengar, run things like Alakazam's a good example. At least Alakazam has like special defense bulk, but its HP is pretty low and its defense is pitiful. There's just like Swallow's a good example.
Swallow is super overrated in the Pokemon storylines. Yes, Swallow's good in the storylines. It's probably like top 200, like somewhere in that range. But why would I recommend a player the 151st best Pokemon to beat the storyline when there's 10, a top 10 Pokemon that have bulk, things like Crocodile, that have bulk and more damage, right? There's just so many things I would go before a lot of other mons. And if budget is a consideration, I super understand if Crocodiles or Gyarados are super expensive. Gyarados are just always cheap, though. That's the beauty of it. Moxie Gyarados are expensive, but a good old non-hidden ability Gyarados they're just always cheap. They're just almost always cheap. You can head over to the GTL, and even if you don't, just catching a Gyarados with 20 plus attack, or a Magikarp rather. Like, look at these. These are 3K a piece. Like, just 20 plus attack, 20 plus speed, Lonely Nature. Adamant Nature might be a bit more expensive. Even then, 3K a piece with the 1x31 you could sell later on. These Pokemon, good Gyaradoses just run so cheap, and they will save you so much stress in the storyline. All right, but after defeating this guy, he will essentially scamper off. We have a bit of dialogue to go through. We go ahead and wait. This older man will come back and say, thanks for saving my radio tower, essentially. There we go. Yep. Get ourselves the rainbow wing and just spam through a bit of dialogue. All right, now we got to get out of here. I don't think you can fly out of here. Let's see if you can escape rope. Nope. We got to just walk out the old-fashioned way. So let's just go back the way we came. We get kind of a long walk out of here, hilariously, but that's how it is. Floor number 5 we arrived to. We head down here. You're really just going back the way you came, but oops. Head over here, down here, over to the left. Dodge the trainers you've dodged previously. That's important. I guess Team Rocket's left, so it's actually pretty easy. Just go down the stairs, not up. Pretty simple stuff. Over here, and then down the stairs again. And then now we're out at the entrance. We can head outside, head over to the PC, heal up, and recuperate. We now want to fly over to Mahogany Town and head east, and go ahead and unlock the 8th Gym Badge City. Let's go ahead and head over here, fly over, and just start heading through this route. There is a trainer over here that will catch you if you're not careful. We can avoid her for the time being, though, by heading up to this north side. So head up to this north side and then head east, dodging whatever trainers you can. A little free Ultra Ball there, why not? Head south, kind of just teeter along this wall, south and east. I think we do have to fight this guy. Yep, the one trainer we have to fight here really quick. All right, after defeating this hiker, go ahead and make your way up north and then east. We do have to fight this guy, I believe, as well. My Gyarados is getting a little weakened. I'm just going to heal him up just in case. It's way better to heal outside of a fight than in the fight, obviously. You have to waste a turn within a fight. Whereas if you're outside of the fight, it's, a free heal. So it's better it costs the item, but it's better to do that. Better safe than sorry sort of situation. Let's fight this guy really quick. All right, then when you defeat him, go ahead and head inside this cave. And I'm going to be popping repels for this personally. This first section's really easy, so I'm just going to bike through it. You literally can only really go one direction, so just bike across, follow me. Is only one way to go. Then once we reach here, let's take our time to slow down for a sec because it's an ice puzzle. First things first, you want to head north, and then west, and then up, left, down, left, up, right. And now we are over here. And for some reason, Johto is extremely cruel and wanted to put an HM behind an ice puzzle in the middle of a cave that is missable. So make sure you do not skip this. Go ahead and head over to this middle ice puzzle and go right, up, left, down, left, up, right. And then you can grab HM Waterfall. And then you can just head left and then down and then left to get out of there and then up here to the only other path we can go. I believe you can walk this trainer. No, I guess this guy you can't even. He'll actually yell at you. There you go. Okay, so maybe it's not missable. Okay. Honestly, it's a good thing to see. I actually didn't know that. Head down the ladder whenever you're ready to continue. Now we also have a strength puzzle. Go ahead and follow me up on this left edge and then loop around here and then take this first little pathway down. I'm going to go ahead and just start running / walking because I don't want to accidentally bump a rock or do anything silly. You want to head under this closest rock to the western wall and go ahead and activate your strength. All right, you then want to push this rock. You want to strength push this rock to be one tile upward of left of the hole. So we see the hole. It's right now to the left of it. Push it one more tile upwards, just like that. And now we need to loop around. Leave it there. Don't push it any further. Now we need to loop around all the way on this bottom right edge. Come over here. And through the middle. Don't accidentally bump any other rock.
and just loop all the way around those. We can come over to the side of this rock, the left side, push it over to the right, and then push it down as well into the crater. Now we can head up to this north side and immediately head over to this ladder over here and go down. Head one step right and then go down across the ice. Head one step to the right and then go up across the ice. Then go left over here into this little rock and then south into this little center platform. Pick up the Pokeball because why not? It's free. And then head down this ladder in the middle. And now loop all the way around on this outer edge over to this other ladder. Head down to this little ice platform and just bike across like this. Go ahead and head up the ladder. Bike all the way left, ignoring this Pokeball, and just heading over here to the next ladder and go up it. We'll grab this Pokeball because it's right here. That one's easy. But now we need to go down to another ice puzzle. Make sure to repop your repels if needed. Come down to the ice puzzle, run into this rock right here. Hop off my bike really quick, and then go left, and then go down, and then go right, and interact with this lady really quick right here. Find out that she's actually stuck in the ice. And we need to push her in the back and get her unstuck just like that. She calls you kind for not leaving her there to die. Very above and beyond from us. And then we can just go down, come across a little ice path, and head outside of the cave finally, just like that. We can finally get some fresh air. Can dodge this trainer by making sure we head over to the left enough and hopping over little ledges. And if we keep hopping down the ledges and come down here, we made it to Blackthorn City. Head inside the PC, unlock the fly location, heal up, and prepare yourself. And it is time to begin our 8th gym badge, or at least the journey towards it. We might need to do a few more things, either before or after. We have to do the little Dragon's Den quest line. But whenever you're ready, head up to the middle of this city and just head inside the building. Now, this is visually my favorite gym in all of Pokemon. It's really cool, and I have zero nostalgia for it. I actually only saw it within the past year and a half or so when Johto released in PokeMMO. So let's not get distracted by its beauty. If you want to take a sec to take it all in, I think it's very, very cool. The lava is very, very cool, but let's just focus on solving that puzzle today. So you want to first head over and click that left little platform. Then we're going to step on the blue circle twice, like so. Then step on the right platform once, and then head in just like this. You do have to fight these trainers, I believe. All right, after defeating both these trainers, go ahead and head on the platform and step on the red arrow once, the blue circle once, and then step on the blue circle again, and then click on this red arrow, the top one, the north one, moving us forward like so. Then step off and on the blue circle, then step on the right arrow, moving us over east, and then back on the blue circle again. Then on this downward arrow twice. So 1, 2. Then the north arrow once. Then step on the circle once. And then twice. And then a third time. And then the right arrow once to bring us over to this. Might not have been the best way to do that, but you know what? It works. There we go. We'll run into this guy. All right, now after defeating that trainer, I'm going to go ahead and head north. And I think we should be able to dodge these trainers. I don't know if you can walk these. Let's just go ahead and try. Yes, you can. So you can walk her. And I assume this guy, I don't know if he'll try to turn, if we can just walk past him. Okay, beautiful. Now we're on to this next straightforward platform. And you want to hit the left arrow once, the blue circle twice. 1, 2. Then the right arrow once, the blue circle once, and then this up arrow twice. 1, 2. Then go ahead and hit it a third time, and then the blue circle once, the right arrow once, blue circle again, the up arrow here, and then the up arrow one more time. Oh, and there we go. We made it over to the gym leader. Now, I honestly don't know if you lose to this gym leader, if you can just like portal back to it or how that works. You might have to do that whole puzzle again if you lose to this fight, which would be super, super annoying. So I recommend you try everything you can do to not lose to this fight. That's exactly what I'm going to go ahead and do here. If this is a tough fight, we'll figure it out. We'll see how it goes. Let's go ahead and just jump into it. Items on whatever. I probably should put an item on this Krokorok just in case. Probably Quick Claw. I might even just go ahead. Part of me wants to put like leftovers on our Gyarados, but I think Bandit is just still so good. I kind of want to do leftovers so I can go ahead and like set up Dragon Dances and sweep. Like Dragon Dance sweeps are very powerful, but at the same time, Choice Band is so good. Just being able to do a bunch of damage, and then, oh, if my Gyarados dies, I essentially just get to use a baby revive on him. He outspeeds pretty much everything and just get off like more amazing damage. And I can do that like 4 different times with different baby revives throughout the fight. It's so good. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. He does go for a thunder. Oh my, did I get paralyzed? Wow. Okay. That's really, really, really unlucky. But this is a good example of I'm gonna go ahead and just use baby revive, because it's not worth trying to like potion plus. It's not worth trying to save my Gyarados there. I'd rather just let it die essentially. And save it here in a sec. I might even just go ahead and do that now. I could save my Intimidate proc though. I'm gonna go over to Crocorock now to finish this thing off. I don't have Moxie on this. That'd be amazing here, but go over to this. Go for an EQ. Aquatail, he outspeeds me and one-shots. Wow. Okay, well, that puts me in a bad spot, but still, what are you going to do? Now we go to Wingull. You can't use your sacrifice switches on the higher over-leveled mons to revive things, so keep that in mind. That's super annoying. This is a tough start to this fight, though. Holy man. He's hit 2 thunders at 70% accuracy. Oh, sometimes that's just how it goes. So he's bound to miss one coming up. That's what that math means to me for sure. Unfortunately, wasting my Intimidate here, which I'm not gonna lie, really stinks. Used Crunch, which is also going to lock me into Crunch. I probably should have Waterfalled there. That might have been a misplay. Yeah, I should have definitely Waterfalled there. I'm gonna sacrifice switch to my other Gyarados, getting an Intimidate proc off against this thing, and possibly yoinking a Sky Attack Power Herb. This is definitely one of those Pokemon that could be rocking that. He goes for a Rock Slide. That's fine. Now this is going to ignore orders and KO itself. Now I have a decision of going Plusle and discharging here, or just going to the Gyarados. This thing very well might be... I think I'm just going to go Gyarados, because this thing very well might be... what's it called? Focus Sash. And I think Gyarados with double Intimidate has a better chance of living, even at half HP, hilariously, compared to the Plusle. So we bring in the Gyarados, one-shot that, thankfully. Kingdra comes in. This Pokemon is a menace. This Pokemon is a pain to deal with. What are the odds of it having some sort of Thunder-type attack? I feel like it's pretty low. I kind of want a Hyper Potion here, but I don't know what it's going to have access to. I'm just... Oh, it's 4 times resist to water. I can't Waterfall this here. It's too troll. Instead, I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to one of my last sacrifice switches over to Garchomp. This is gonna be a really, really tough fight. I'm not gonna lie. He goes for a Hurricane. Okay. Good to see. Good to know. He's throwing out Hurricanes. I think I now just bring in my Gyarados again. I still have multiple revives, but I don't really have many sacrifice Pokemon to use those revives on, if that makes sense. I'm gonna go into Gyarados. He's going to try to Hurricane this Gyarados, which I'm fine with. I go for the Intimidate. I should live 1 Hurricane, probably. I'm going to go for Crunch. Crunch should hopefully 2-shot. It's 47%. He misses a Hurricane. That's huge. I'm going to go for Crunch number 2. No defense drops. Oh, man, that is unfortunate. We do live the Hurricane, thankfully. But now I'm out of Crunch PP. Dude, this is tough. I'm not going to lie. This is straight up hard. I think I have to go Plusle, finish off the Kingdra. This is really tough. I can use Waterfall. That does 73%. This is going to be a really tough fight. I should outspeed here every day of the week. There's no way. You're kidding. You're kidding. I'm 95 speed. Kingdra... Isn't Plusle's base speed? I'm so shocked by that. I can't believe this thing outsped me. Anyways, okay. Someone's gonna leave a calculation like, of course Kingdra outsped you. You didn't factor in the fact that blah, 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 he's timid and blah, blah. Okay, yes, I know. The head calcs, okay? The head calcs versus the real calcs. Now I have to go for Hyper Potion on Gyarados. At least we reset our choice move. That's what matters in the most. We reset our choice move. He does 37% chip to me. Is it worth using an X item to throw up like I don't even have an X attack. I don't think it's worth it. I have to go for Waterfall here. It will KO the Kingdra, thankfully. Then I have to hope that Waterfall is enough to sweep the rest of this fight. I do have 2 more items. I could potion my Gyarados once or have double revives in the back. Oh, this Gyarados comes in. That sucks. This thing Quick Claw, it is discharge only. I think I have to Oh, this is so tough. I think I need to mini revive. This is so hard. I'm not going to lie. I think I have to mini revive my Plusle. I definitely should outspeed this Gyarados. Hopefully live an attack here that would help a ton. I do live one attack, thankfully. Power Whip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save my last item as a max revive. I'm going to Waterfall here. Only do 30%. Very little damage. But it's some chip. We get a flinch. We could just technically flinch him down a million times here. I'm hoping to basically get some chip damage, let this Gyarados die, bring in Minun, go for a discharge. Outrage is fine. I should outspeed every day of the week. If this Minun does not, or this Plusle, I should say Minun. If this Plusle does not outspeed, I'm 95 based at speed. I should outspeed every day of the week, but if I don't, okay. Whew. If I don't, I just deserve the loss. There's just no way I shouldn't outspeed there. Gyarados is 81 base stat speed. I'm 95, or yeah, 95, 41, 42. Dragonair is the final Pokemon. Okay, this should be a win. I'm going to go ahead and use a max revive. It hurts to do, but it's worth it on my Gyarados. I will have to like double waterfall this. This should set up the win. Using a max revive there hurts. I'm not going to lie. It's a pretty expensive item. And a rare item on the Iron Man, but it's worth it to get this fight over with. We get a nice Intimidator. This thing's mostly special attack anyway. We don't have Crunch PP. We just go for Waterfall. Waterfall does 63%. As long as I can live one attack. He has to Thunder crit me to kill here, I think. Okay. Whew. We did it, boys. Really tough fight. That was a really, really tough fight, honestly. Man, hope your guys' fights were easier. That was... There was a lot of sacrifice switching, a lot of different things. I really made this... I knew this was going to be hard, honestly, because I overleveled my Gyarados. The fact that this Gyarados was overleveled made this significantly harder than it should have been. But bam, boom. There is our 8th gym badge, I think. Or is this the part where... Oh, yeah, she gets mad. She's like, what's the matter? Oh, yeah, we have to go do something else to earn our badge. I forgot about that. But essentially, that's the 8th gym badge achieved. We'll be getting access to this Gyarados very, very soon. And now we can go ahead and take this portal out of here. And go heal up at the PC really quick to prepare for the Dragon's Den, I believe. All right, make sure you have a Surf Pokemon for this, and whenever you're ready, head back up to essentially where the gym is at, and Surf right here. I'm going to go ahead and pop a Repel, and then make your way over here into this cave, and then head down this one ladder. And then fun fact, for those who don't know, in this cave down here by the water, we have to fight this trainer, so I'll show you more properly in a sec. We can actually see a few people. Down here is where you actually shiny hunt for Dratini in PokeMMO. It's one of the most popular shiny hunts in the game, probably. Most people do it with Leppa Berries. You can technically do it without Leppas, but I'd recommend doing it with Leppa Berries. It saves a lot of time, even though it costs more Pokeyen. But the tough thing is you are going to get... It's a 20-80 spot, which means it's a 20% chance of Dratini and an 80% chance of Magikarp. So on the way to 1 shiny Dratini, on average, you're going to get 4 shiny Magikarp. So make sure to don't shiny hunt Magikarp in Sootopolis City if you ever want a shiny Dratini, Dragonite, which I feel like is a lot of shunters. So make sure you got plenty of Magikarps along the way. Come check out this spot. It's a really good shiny hunting spot. Right now, you are also going to need a Whirlpool Pokemon for this, so go ahead and teach Whirlpool to whatever Pokemon you can. I have my HM Wingull over here. Let's go ahead and pop a Repel, Surf in the water, and then head west over here, over on this like fully western side. Come over here, and then use your Whirlpool to navigate across this, just like so. And then come down here and make your way over to this little dojo entrance. And then head inside, and you'll have to do another little quiz in Johto, which I am notoriously very good at, of course. So let's go ahead and answer some of these test questions. What are Pokemon to you? Friend, of course. That's an easy one, to be fair. What helps you win battles? Strategy, training, cheating. Of course, it's cheating. I don't know if it actually matters if you click strategy or training. I'm going to go ahead and just click strategy. He'll just say, ooh, I understand, even though he really doesn't get it, but sure. We'll click what kind of trainer what kind of trainer are you? Strong, sure. Just say that you're strong. That's how it works. Most important part of raising Pokemon, violence is a good answer. But we're going to go with love. I understand. Weak Pokemon, strong or weak, which is important. Shocker. It's going to be both. Very commendable. Yada, yada, yada. And then finally, Claire will like begrudgingly hand over the 8th gym badge. After just basically telling a guy that you aren't evil. Like straight up horribly evil. You actually do care about the creatures you fight with. There we go. She finally hands over the badge, the Rising badge. Oh, that's a satisfying one. being able to access those level 48 Pokemon I prepared, that is a huge power gap for me. And then whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and head out of here, surf back the way we came. And we do have to talk to Claire one more time on the way out. Just same thing, whirlpool through this. Back to that little dock pier area. And then she's right here. She'll stop you and say, hey, sorry about all that grumpiness. You know, we're all hangry sometimes. Here's a Dragon Pulse TM. Then you want to head outside. Head outside of the Dragon's Den. Out of the entrance. Like a little quick phone call for a sec. Just spam through that phone call. It's Professor Elm saying, hey, he wants to see you. So we need to fly back to New Barktown, our hometown. Head back to it. Hop inside the professor's lab. Go through a little bit of dialogue. And he will give you the Master Ball for the Johto region. Now, the Master Balls are a pretty powerful item in PokeMMO. They're one of the only ways to safely catch certain shinies if you didn't prepare for them properly, which absolutely happens. And I recommend not using Master Balls on things like Alpha Pokemon, on things like Legendary catches. Obviously, if it makes you happy at the end of the day, go for it. But in terms of efficiency, I recommend saving Master Balls for shiny Pokemon that can KO themselves, like Gravelers with Self-Destructs, or Memento. Basculins are a big one. Rage Powder, certain Hoppips, or, there's a lot of scary Pokemon out there that can KO themselves if you aren't prepared. So having some Master Balls is always nice. I personally have all 5 of my Master Balls on my main account with over 9,000 hours to give you an idea of how rarely you really need to use them. If you want to use them on certain things to flex, you know what? At the end of the day, what makes you happy and what makes you enjoy PokeMMO is more important than the efficient option. But it's also important that I try to teach you guys or tell you guys, the information, the knowledge, what is the efficient strategy, and you can make the proper informed decision that best fits your needs. All right, but now let's continue on the Johto storyline. We're going to fly over to Ecruteak City, which is, of course, right here in the top left, first try. We're going to fly over to Ecruteak. We're going to go north of the PC into this building right here and get stopped by the red-haired nerd Silver. Go through a bit of dialogue, and then head inside the building, and we need to talk to all of the Kimono Girls. And I believe this is 5 fights back-to-back, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, this is like a little bit of a gauntlet. So time to show our stuff and just spam Waterfall with our Gyarados, of course. All right, all the Kimono Girls just have one of each different evolution. So I believe it goes Umbreon, Espeon, Flareon, Jolteon, and then the final one there was Vaporeon. Then after defeating all of them, they'll give you the Clear Bell item. And then we'll kind of get a hint to wink wink that Ho-Oh is on the way. Let's go heal up at the PC and head on to the next part. All right, heal by the PC and then head to the left of it and go straight north up to this building right here. Let's go talk to this monk over here regarding this sort of staircase. Just go ahead and talk to him, and eventually he'll let you through. And now we can go down this staircase. We can't bike, but just run north up through this little small path. Head over here, and once again, one of the most beautiful zones in PokeMMO. Man, it's crazy. I have zero nostalgia for Johto. Did not play this region growing up. I really didn't at all. Played it for the first time in PokeMMO in 2023. And I hate storylines. And people told me, oh, you're going to love Johto. And I was like, I don't know, man. I kind of hate storylines. And I'm not going to lie. They were kind of right. Johto's pretty beautiful. So head over here to the left. Start heading up towards this ladder. This guy will stop you, but you can just go ahead and kind of ignore him and head up this initial ladder here. You want to head east a little bit and head south down to this ladder, go up it. Then you want to head to the northeast jump over here. Come up to this one and head over to the left, over into the middle beam. Then we're going to hop over to the left over here, head up north, hop over to the right. Hop up north here. It's kind of hard to see because it's behind the beam. But then hop over that little platform. Come down here, hop over here, and then go up this ladder. All right, a lot of jumping platforms here. Let's go ahead and get started. You want to start on this bottom left one and go left, down, over to in the middle beam area. Only one place to go here. We can go ahead and hop across to the left over there. And once over here, we're going to go and head up the ladder. And now we want to head up to this north side and go east like so. Then go down this one here, and then go left. And go left once, and then down, down, down. And then east, and then down, 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 and then down to the ladder. Over here, go up the ladder. Then head up and east over to this little bridge. I'm going to grab this Pokeball really quick, honestly. It's a max potion. We'll take that for sure. I'm skipping out on most of the Pokeballs here. You can always grab them later if you really want to, but I think it's worth it to get through the storyline a bit quicker. But loop around over to this middle bridge. Run across this middle bridge like so. Could go to that high one, I guess. Come down here. Come over to the ladder. Now we're up here with like the glowing yellow platforms. Head north. Skip this platform and just head straight east all the way across. I'm going to grab this Pokeball really quick because it's a free one. Max Revive. We'll take that to replace our previously used one. Now I want to go ahead and head south down all of these. It's the only place you can go. Then head down to this yellow square right here. Then head immediately south to this yellow square. Grab this Pokeball really quick. After grabbing that Pokeball, head over to this left yellow square. Then go north and left to this yellow square immediately. And then go to the only ladder you can go to. Follow along this rickety wooden plank up the ladder. And we made it. We made it up to what I presume is going to be the Ho-Oh fight very soon here. And this Ho-Oh fight is very beautiful and very difficult. Before you move forward at all, you should make sure that you are fully prepared, okay? I'm going to do many things here. I'm going to go ahead and actually take the Choice Band off of my Gyarados, put the Choice Band on my Garchomp. I specifically made him for this fight. I'm going to go ahead and just move around items, see what needs to be done, maybe put like a Leftovers or some Mystic Waters perhaps on both my Gyaradoses, honestly. You want to have as much damage here as possible. This is a triple fight, if I recall correctly. Very similar to the Gyarados fight. This is a difficult boss battle. And spoiler alert, if you want to skip ahead, you want to do this blind, more power to you. But spoiler alert, there are 2 phases, okay? So when you see the first phase happening, it's if you beat the first phase, the fight's not over. That's one of the biggest, like, oh shit moments I see a lot of new players have. So when it's like really, the fight's really difficult, they finally beat it, and they realize that was only phase 1. There's a whole nother phase they have to do. So whenever you're ready, let's step forward and jump into it. But take your time, get your Pokemon prepared and healed up here. All right, but I believe it is finally time to take on the Ho-Oh fight on the Iron Man account. I literally specifically made this Garchomp for this fight. I have 2 different Gyaradoses and a Plusle in the back. I'm hoping this is enough, but let's see, man. The Ho-Oh fight is incredibly difficult. It's one of the 2 reasons that makes Johto the hardest storyline in all of PokeMMO, in my personal opinion. Let's go ahead and jump into it. It's super crucial to have a Rock Slide Pokemon if you're doing this for yourself. Ooh, and it's a 2-phase fight. Let's jump into it. Let's appreciate the beautiful music, the beautiful custom fight, and custom designed battle that PokeMMO, the developers, had to actually create and make to make this region possible. One of the big reasons why it took so long to make Johto was this fight itself. I'm just going to go ahead and go for Rock Slide plus Waterfalls. There's no ads spawned yet, which the ads are just like the little baby Pokemon on the side. Nothing there yet, so we can just go ahead and spam pure damage into this. Waterfalls and Rock Slides. There is a max damage cap, as you can see, at 7%. Very, very similar. It's pretty much like an intro to raids, which is kind of beautiful. I'm kind of just realizing that now, but yeah, it's kind of beautiful. He does triple burn all of your lead Pokemon. Really unfortunate for me there, as all of my Pokemon, all 3 of them are physically attacking. But I can use my Wingull as sort of a sacrifice to burn heal, at least the Garchomp, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go for Rock Slide here, and then use my Wingull to go ahead and go for that burn heal. I should have one. Yes, thankfully I do. Use the burn heal there. I'm going to should have double check, like 1000% double check, to make sure it was used on the right Pokemon. And then have my Krokorok go for a Stone Edge for extra chip damage. Burn heal on the Garchomp. There we go. We get a Rock Slide off for 21%. Massive. So the damage cap is changing, which is nice. Goes for a Sacred Fire on my Krokorok. Gets a critical hit, which would have raised its damage actually to +6, because it is Anger Point hilariously because of it being an alpha. We're now going to bring in... I almost want to bring in my Plusle here, just because I think it's better to go Gyarados. I think Sacred Fire might be physical. I always forget. I believe it is. And then in comes Suicune. As one of the ads Pokemon. The ads Pokemon are going to be the legendary beasts. Let's go ahead and go for our Rock Slide into... We can go ahead and use a Burn Heal on Oh, did I miss? I just realized. I thought I burn healed correctly, but I must have misclicked on my Gyarados. I'm going to burn heal my Garchomp then for sure this time. I must have misclicked there. That's so interesting. I still did 21% with my Garchomp last time. This time doing 28%. It's interesting the burn heals are less relevant because of the capped damage. Ho-Oh goes down to 0.5%. We almost have first phase done, but this is only phase 1. Keep in mind. A lot of people think this fight is easy and then realize that it's multiple phases. An Icy Wind is so good against me. Lowering my speed, hitting my Garchomp for 4 times effectiveness. I'm not going to lie, that hurts. I think now Ooh, Plusle Discharge would hit my own Gyarados. I'm just realizing. I think I have to go... I just go this Gyarados and let him take... Let him not... I'm not going to burn heal him, essentially. I'm going to Rock Slide, Waterfall here. Should I just D-Dance on these? Because there's a chance Rock Slide misses. I'm going to Dragon Dance. I'm going to Waterfall on this Gyarados, Dragon Dance on this one. And maybe that's relevant. Like, I'm trying to see if I have a free turn here to get a Dragon Dance up before this Ho-Oh goes to the next phase. Does the Rock Slide actually miss the Ho-Oh? That's so funny. I think it did. No, okay. It didn't show in chat. Okay. So the Ho-Oh quote-unquote faints. And here's where things change. This was, dude, I remember seeing this when Johto released. Like day 1, Radiant Ho-Oh comes in. This was easily, I know it's an overused cringe word from 2012, but like, this was easily one of the most epic moments in Pokemon history. When Radiant Ho-Oh came in, oh, it was amazing. So our turns do go through. We actually do get more chip damage against it, which is awesome. And it has this ability called Rebirth, which is going to like constantly heal it. We have Rock Slide. The music is so good. We have Rock Slide we can go for here. Waterfall. Waterfall. We should be good here. Waterfall doing insane. We're doing insane damage against this thing. 28.6% per attack. Rock Slide should also almost take out the Raikou. Yep. It mostly clears the ads. This next... What is the hell is this? It's been a while since I've seen this fight. Oh my goodness. We might just kill him off of that attack though. Beautiful. And that is just pure preparation. Like, this fight is really hard. Hilarious I actually lost to the Gyarados fight, but not this fight. This fight is very difficult. Don't let this showing confuse you. I was just thankfully properly prepared. I put a lot of time into preparing. And there we go. That is Ho-Oh defeated. We can also officially now, once you defeat Ho-Oh, we can officially now legendary hunt for the beasts in Johto and the roaming legendaries here. We can also go to the Elite Four, of course, which is our next course of action. But I can officially hunt for, right now it's Raikou is the current legendary as I'm recording, which is huge. We're going to be huge for the Iron Man. All right, but for now, we can just go ahead and fly away from here, I believe. I don't think we have to talk to these guys, but I'm going to go ahead and do it just in case. Take care of yourself, sure. I'm essentially going to go fly over to Cherrygrove City just to heal up. I'm going to go heal up in Cherrygrove City. And then we're going to fly back to our hometown of Newbark and surf over to the east and start heading over to the Victory Road. All right, go ahead and fly over to Newbark Town whenever you're ready. Hop on your bike if you want to. Surf on the water right here. I strongly recommend popping max repels or having repels for this. Just head east from the water. There's only really one place to go. And then head over to this cave entrance. Now, at this cave entrance, we do need waterfall and surf. We're going to surf on the water. Waterfall up here. That'll take us right up here. We need to loop around the waterfall, as you can kind of clearly see. And then waterfall down the waterfall, like this. And then head over here and head outside. I think there is actually an important item over here. I'm going to grab it really quick just while I'm already here. I believe there is an important Pokeball right here. It's a Moonstone, which could be relevant for certain evolutions. There's a cave inside here that's also used for certain alpha catches. But it's kind of a pain to get in here. You don't need to be in here right now, so I'm just not going to worry about it. We're going to head outside of the cave. And that'll bring us that much closer to the Johto Elite Four. We're going to be outside right over here. Then I believe we hop on the water and start heading east. Yep. We're going to hop on the water. Ignore that trainer. Head over east. Dodge this swimming trainer. Loop up here. Dodge this guy by going in the grass and walking him properly, of course. But after dodging that trainer perfectly or fighting them like a noob, you want to continue east like this, dodge this roaming trainer that goes back and forth, and you do have to fight this trainer while going up this little hill. All right, but with this trainer defeated, we can continue up the mountain. You want to just follow up the only staircase. You want to go up the staircase, not east over there, but there's only really one path you can go. I'm going to grab this Pokeball because I have the repel up. Why not? It's a free electrolyzer. Continue forward. This trainer is walkable, but you do have to walk it, not run like that. There you go. Once you have that trainer pass, we can continue forward. This trainer, I would also bet you, is walkable. So we're going to walk past them like that. We're going to bike over, just keep heading east across this bridge. This seems like a mandatory fight. Let's go ahead and fight the fisherman. All right, but after defeating the fisherman, we can continue up the north bridge like this. Hop on the rappel if you need to. And then head east and north around this trainer here. And just keep heading north. You do have to fight this trainer here. And if your Pokemon are feeling beat up or weakened, I've used a lot of revives. I've used a lot of revives and potions, to be honest with you guys. There is a healing spot coming up. There is a little house that you can step inside of to heal right after this fight. Right here inside the red house, you can walk inside, talk to this girl, and she will heal you really quickly. And if you talk to this guy right next to the healing girl, which everybody should do, you can pick up the super rod really quick. And whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and continue forward. I'm going to try to walk this trainer. I think the best strat is going to be up here. Beautiful. Just like that. Now we can continue forward. And here you want to head east, and you do have a few mandatory trainer fights like this one and another one up here. All right, and then continue heading north. And then west, we have another trainer to fight, and then one more trainer after this guy. All right, and then whenever you need to, go ahead and head back to that house and heal up. There's no shame in it. You want to make sure you're prepared. I'm going to go ahead and do it after those two trainers, honestly. That's how tough they are. You have to walk this trainer, so it's a little awkward, but just thankfully she rotates pretty consistently. I'm going to go back and heal up again before continuing on, and I might even heal one more time before going into the actual Victory Road cave. All right, but when you're ready, go ahead and heal up and continue forward if you need to, and this is the final trainer we have to fight before heading into the Johto Victory Road cave. All right, after this trainer, we can officially head inside and then walk straight through the middle. This guy will stop you just to check if you have 8 badges. Now, if you have your Pokedex completed by some odd means, number one, congratulations, that'd be impressive. Congratulations. You could actually head to the west here, and this is how you get to Mount Silver, if I recall correctly. It's been a while, but I believe that's the way you do that. And now we can go ahead and head into the actual Victory Cave route of Johto. You're obviously going to need a strength Pokemon, as you can see based on the boulder. I'm going to go ahead and activate it so we can go ahead and start pushing it. And I believe we want to push it, yeah, from the underside upwards so we can just navigate through this pretty easily. Oh, I didn't pop a match. Make sure to pop a repel if you don't have one. And just keep following the path. Make sure you pop a match repel if you have one. Hop around. Like, there's only one place you can go, so just follow the one path you can go. Pick up that free Razor Fang. Why not? Head over here. Head up this bridge. And then in this situation, you want to actually head left, and then down, and then up. And then next up this little staircase and up this ladder. Then we need to head south and east, and then up these two little staircases, and then east again. And then south and east, the only place we can go. And then up this ladder itself. And then just go ahead and fall down this crater. Once you're here, all you really can go is up, and then strength this boulder. We're going to go ahead and very carefully push this boulder 2 steps over so we can go up this staircase and up here and then up this ladder. And then we're going to loop around this whole, just basically ignore everything in this little section / cave. So you have to like, ooh, how do we get through here? I think we need to, yep, pop on the propel. We should be able to walk through this, I believe. Yeah, okay. Ooh, it looks super sketchy, but you should be able to walk through that top side. Okay, I see the games they're playing. Let me pop on the rappel here in a quick sec. But once you're here, head over here to this little staircase and head up. And now we can grab the HM Rock Climb, which I believe is the final HM we need in Johto. And then from here, I believe you can already see the like exit. Let's head down here and over to the left and fall down this little southern crater, just like so. Head up the only way we can go, which is up this ladder, and just follow this path over here, and then head east, I believe. East, north. Yep, east, north, over here. And this will trigger a rival fight when you try to leave the cave. So make sure you're healed up, revived, and prepared for it. Let's go ahead and jump into this fight. This should be the final rival fight before the Elite Four ending rival fight. All right, after embarrassing our rival for the final time, we can head up north. leave the Victory Road, enter the beautiful Indigo Plateau of Johto, and go heal up our Pokemon. And now take the time, go EV Train, XP Train. There's a really good chance that your Pokemon are under leveled at this point because your max obedience jumped from 48 all the way to 55. So there's a really good chance that you need to go XP Train your Pokemon the same way that I do. If you have other regions unlocked, this is the perfect time to fly back to those regions and XP Train there. If you're stuck in Johto itself, if you're only in Johto, the way that I recommend, I always recommend like just XP training at the Victory Road spot is usually your best option. So if Johto is your first region, you can just hop inside this Victory Road, bring a Sweet Scent Pokemon, pop Sweet Scents, KO the hordes with either Earthquake or Surf. I recommend Surf if you have access to it. Not on Gyarados ideally, but a Surf like a Blastoise or Browditter would be fine. More of a physical attacker, but it would work. A Surf Pokemon to KO the hordes of Sandslash that are in the Johto Victory Road. But if you have any questions about XP training, EV training, let me know. I have videos on them as well. But I'm going to go ahead and prepare myself, and I'll see you guys when it's time to take on the final fights. Alrighty, but without further ado, I think it is finally time to take on the Johto Elite Four on the Iron Man account. I have a Quick Claw on my sturdy Stealth Rock Geodude just in case to get an extra proc off, maybe get it off if I need so. We have a Garchomp back here. That is, we've seen it before. The good stats on it. Rock Slide did crunch. Declaw, the best I can do. Leftovers on that. Choice Band on one of my Gyaradoses, the faster one, the naive one. And then leftovers on the adamant Gyarados to allow him just to get off some pure damage. And then I also have this Hitmontop that I earned via PvP rewards over in the back as well, level 53. And then my sixth Pokemon just being a level 41 Plusle, under leveled. We're going to rock this. We're going to see how it works. You want to go ahead and lead. If you don't know, you get healed after every single trainer in the Elite Four. So it is always worth to lead with a Stealth Rock sturdy Pokemon and try to set up Stealth Rocks. Stealth Rocks are super good against the Elite Fours in PokeMMO. Not very good in many other fights, like storyline fights, certain trainers. They can be good in certain gyms if you get stuck, but generally there could be better options. Let's just go ahead and go for it. We're going to live due to our sturdy. The Signal Beam could confuse us. It's a low chance, but it's possible. Thankfully, we dodged the confusion. We get our Stealth Rocks up. Our Geodude did its job. Stealth Rocks are up. Now I'm going to go ahead, and I think just, it's possible this thing has, so this thing is going to be, I think I might just try to set up. It's actually, I could go Choice Band and Crunch, especially if this is a Psychic type gym. I think just going the Gyarados, the naive Gyarados, and spamming Choice Band Crunch is probably going to kill everything. Stealth Rock Chip will break Focus Sashes, Sturdies. Like this Jinx, I would bet you this Jinx most likely had a Focus Sash that we just broke. Usually that is a Sash type Pokemon, and we outspeed because we're naive. We one-shot the Jinx. Boom. A huge KO there. Slowbro comes in. This thing could live. It's a defensive wall. It's pretty tanky. The chip damage from rocks will be minimal because it's a water type. Let's see. And that chip damage might have mattered. That might have lived without the rocks chip. That's very close. Slowbro's a very tanky Pokemon, especially defensively bulky. And we're obliterating this first trainer. I mean, this is a cakewalk for Stealth Rocks plus Gyarados. This is a joke, honestly. Wow. And I did say, I do think Johto's Elite Four is the easiest in all of PokeMMO. I think the storyline overall is the hardest. The Gyarados boss fight, the Ho-Oh boss fight. And I think to even it out, they made the Elite Four a bit easier. So that is the first trainer already taken care of. The first Elite Four member just absolutely obliterated. On to the next one we go. Same situation. We get healed afterwards, so it's worth to go ahead and set up Stealth Rocks. Keeping my chat open down here for battle damage percents. It's always nice to see. Certain fights, it really matters. Yeah, this doesn't matter right now. We'll close it for now. We'll open it if I need to know the statistics or need to know the numbers. I'm going to go ahead and just throw up a Stealth Rock here. Gyro Ball, I'll live because of Sturdy. It might not even actually, let's see. Yeah, I was going to say, because I'm so slow, it might not even proc my Sturdy. Go for a Bulldoze here just in case. I almost always go for a Bulldoze after, just in case I need to lower my opponent's stats by some reason. Now, here's a weird call. I don't think I ever go the, leftovers Gyarados here. This is weird. This is actually awkward. Could go Hitmontop. It's, fine, and just, high jump kick. This thing's gonna have Sturdy. And the only problem is this thing is going to have, I think I should go Choice Band Gyarados. This thing's going to have Sturdy, and I can't break it because, it came out before the rocks. This thing's going to have Sturdy. We have to watch out for that. I'm just going to bring this in, go for Waterfall, hope for like a flinch. We will not be able to one-shot. It's a pretty big defensive wall. Gyro Ball will do a lot of damage to me. Wow, that actually did nothing. Okay. That's why I didn't want to bring in my setup Gyarados and Dragon Dance, because of the more I Dragon Dance, the more damage Gyro Ball will do. Muck comes in next. I might just one-shot this. No, this thing's defense is pretty high. Maybe post Rocks Chip. It's going to be close. Yeah, this is a pretty close one. I think I do just one-shot after Rocks. Nice. Kind of close there, though. Muck actually has a pretty nice base defense and base HP. Crobat comes in, taking massive damage from the rocks. And the fact that we purposely put the band on the faster Gyarados, I'm just straight up sweeping. Like, look how this is easily the easiest Elite Four I've done so far on this account. We are just, it's not even close. This is hard sweeping. This guy's gonna die for sure. Ariados is a very weak Pokemon. Venomoth could be scary. Watch out for like Quiver Dance, but I think it's going to take 25% for rocks here and then die to a waterfall. Yep, that is 2 Elite Four members done in less than 5 minutes, I think. Very pretty visuals on this gym, but no reason to stick around. On to fight number 3. Beautiful. More beautiful visuals. Is this a different version of Bruno? I guess Koga was there. Bruno. Okay. Same strategy. I don't think Hitmonchan gets fake outs. You could keep an eye out for like fake out mons when going into certain fighting type Elite Four members. They will often be packing that. Yep, okay. I wasn't sure. I knew it was a factor. I knew it was something to consider. I could have like technically sacrifice switched over to Plusle, trying to factor that in. But I should be fine still. I'm gonna go ahead. That's a good example of like why the Quick Claw is worth it on the Geodude. If my Quick Claw procs there on that second thing, I still get my Stealth Rocks up, even though he faked out at me the first turn. Now I probably just go over to... He has Ice Punch. He might also have Thunder Punch. I probably just go to Choice Band Gyarados first. I can't go set up Dragon Dance quite yet. We get an Intimidate proc, which is super nice. I'm just going to spam Waterfall. Waterfall just one-shots. That with no Rocks Chip. That's crazy. That's wild. Machamp comes in. Very bulky Pokemon, very slow. He most likely has Thunder Punch. I think my best bet is just go for Waterfall. I don't think I ever one-shot here. After Rocks Chip, it would have been really close. Stone Edge, that's good for me. No Thunder Punch. He does crit. That's okay. We still live at to 9% HP. He could have Mach Punch there. Thankfully, didn't go for it or didn't have it. We're just abusing our Choice Band here. Once again, the rocks here, the Stealth Rocks here would have been so good. Stealth Rocks here would have actually broken Steelix's Sturdy. Instead, we have to just break it with our Gyarados. That's totally okay. We can set up with our backup Gyarados if we need to. He just goes for an explosion. We'll take it. We have backup Gyarados for setup as well as our Garchomp with lefties. I need to keep an eye out for Ice coverage and Thunder coverage. I'm going to go my backup Gyarados here. It's possible this has Thunder Punch, but I really doubt it. The question is, I could go ahead and D-Dance here. The reason I'm not going to is because I have flinch chance with Waterfall, number 1. And number 2, I'm pretty sure if I just attack here, I should have enough damage. If he responds with a Thunder Punch and KOs my Gyarados, my Garchomp will still outspeed, kill this, and then I should be able to like clean up with my Hitmontop or do a revive or whatever. There's other options. I don't need to D-Dance here to win. He misses double Rock Slide. Really lucky for me. I don't think it mattered. I don't think it mattered. If the last Pokemon is like really difficult to deal with, then like maybe it mattered, but I don't think it mattered. Hitmonlee comes in. Yeah, I think this would have been in the bag no matter what. But we will take it. One more attack will do it. This has been the longest fight so far, and it was around 3 minutes and 20 seconds or so. It was going to end on my guess. And some of that time was even spent walking to the location. So there we go. That is Elite Four member number 3 defeated. We have number 4 and our rival fight left. All right, on to fight number 4. Sweep City should continue. We against Elite Four Karen. Houndoom's coming in. We should be safe to set rocks against this. He could be Dark Pulse and get a flinch. But then we have double chance with there's Quick Claw. That's if Quick Claw, that's a beautiful part about it, is if Quick Claw procs either time if you get flinched, you have 2 different chances to actually proc Quick Claw. And also a good example, I can Quick Claw turn 1. Now I can Quick Claw Bulldoze if I get the proc. I didn't get the proc, but that would be amazing, a speed lower. The Bulldoze is not obviously it's super effective against Houndoom, but I'm not doing much damage with the level difference. You're really just there for what's it called? I think this is a good situation to actually go over to King 1. This guy does not, unless it's like hidden power electric, he should not have electric coverage. I'm going to set up a Dragon Dance here. Yeah, a Weech Flamethrower comes out. This is the perfect time to go the setup Gyarados. And I think only 1 Dragon Dance is going to be what I need. I don't think it's worth going for 2 D-Dances. 1 D-Dance will allow me to outspeed this Houndoom and one-shot it. Boom, there we go. So level 49 Houndoom. What's up next? It's like a dark type. Yeah, dark type leader. Umbreon comes in. We could Thrash, but it's kind of greedy. I'd rather Waterfall. We have the chip damage from the rocks. I don't even know if I think Waterfall just does more damage. Foul Play does not. Wow, yeah, that makes sense. That's the thing to worry about with some of these dark type gyms. That was rough, but that's gonna happen. I think I just go ahead and go Gyarados here. Choice band Gyarados. They're dark types, so I'm just gonna click the Waterfall here. We have Flinch Chance coming up. We have Garchomp in the back. We have Hitmontop to Blastoise as well. Vileplume. That's weird. I didn't know. Okay, interesting. Little type coverage here. I think it's worth to sacrifice switch here. Actually, I think Waterfall's still going to do decent damage. Maybe I'm a sicko. Yeah, Waterfall still does 54%. And we have Flinch Chance. That's what I was kind of... Yeah, and we haven't seen a flinch in a while. I just felt it in my bones. There we go. There we go. Waterfall down the Vileplume. Countering the... Of course, we're killing the grass type with the water type move. Welcome to PokeMMO, you know? I say this all the time. I don't even know... Like, I don't even know the order. I didn't know that this was a dark type Elite Four member until I was in the fight, right? Like, I didn't even know... Because it doesn't matter. Like... In PokeMMO, it's hilarious if you have strong enough Pokemon and you prepare properly, you don't need to worry about typings. It's kind of messed up, but you don't need to worry about a core fundamental of Pokemon, right? I'm gonna switch to Plusle here. It could Sucker Punch, I guess. It probably kills me, which is kind of what I'm going for. Yep, Brave Bird chip damage. I'll take it all day. It's kind of a situation where Brave Bird crit. I don't mind if I die there. I'm just trying to reset the Cursed Body. Gengar did Cursed Body my Waterfall, so I wasn't able to use it. So I had to struggle there, which would have been terrible. There we go. 4th Elite Four member done. I've done this whole thing in about 15 minutes, I want to say. It's been about 3 minutes or less. It's been like 3 minutes per fight. This was a longer one at 3 minutes and 40 seconds. We're just going to go straight into the final fight. And this is beautiful. The Golden Dratinis. I do not remember this. It's been a long time. Let's go on to Lance. Is this the final fight? Do we have to do Lance and then a rival fight? I actually don't remember. It's been a long time. I don't remember. I'm going to lock in a little bit here. This is where the fights could get a little more difficult. There's usually a significant power upgrade here. I'm going to go for Stealth Rock. We have to factor in Sand is up, which is going to boost his special defense. Specifically, his special defense is boosted right now by 50%. Thankfully, most of my Pokemon are physical. I'm going to bring in Hitmontop here because Tyranitar is 4 times weak to fighting. Part of me almost wants to go for Mach Punch. There is a small chance that High Jump Kick misses. And knowing Petrowski luck, it's very possible it does. But also, how funny would it be if it does? No, thankfully, we don't have to worry about it. It just hits. It just hits. It's that easy. The High Jump Kick obliterates T-Tar, a 4 times weak to fighting Pokemon. In comes Aerodactyl. We're not banded on this, so I could go Stone Edge here. I almost just want to go Jump Kick again because of Stab and higher accuracy. I think I prefer the Jump Kick. And I'm Black Belt, so it increases fighting type moves specifically. Yeah, I think they both kill. I think it just comes down to accuracy. Dragonite comes in. Now this we do want to Stone Edge. Even so, here's my Hitmonchan getting or Hitmontop. I keep saying the wrong one. My Hitmon getting a ton of value. Hitmontop. Does that really kill? Wow, that is shocking. To be honest, oh, it's a crit. Okay, Dragonite's a tanky Pokemon. I was really shocked there for a second that killed. We did get 25% Rock Chip. And this whole look at this. 3 of this guy's Pokemon have taken 25% chip in on the rock to come in. Look at this. Look at that. Gyarados getting hit for so much. I just Stone Edge here again, and if I miss, it's fine. I'm intimidated, so I do less damage now. I can bring in another Pokemon, it's fine. Fire Blast does barely any damage, we're fine. I just Stone Edge again. I'm hitting all of my attacks. We are still yapping him. 2 Pokemon left. I am 1 times intimidated. Do I want to switch here? I think I'm just trying to sacrifice this Hitmon. Get as much value out of this Hitmontop as I can before it goes down. This Hitmontop got insane value. No, I died of that, right? Really close, actually. Yeah, I died of that. It was pretty close. Insane value. Just ridiculous value from the top. Head over to Garchomp now. Go for Dragon Claw. Take out Kindra. 1 Pokemon left before I am done with Johto. Oh, which I'm so excited for. I could dig against this. I'm leftovers. There's no reason not to dig against this unless it randomly goes for like Earthquake. That's the only thing that could suck. Is if it knows to go for Earthquake there, but nope. Beautiful. We get staticked. That's okay. Shouldn't matter. The fight is over. GG's. Is there a rival fight after this? Am I done? I actually don't remember. It's been a long time. It's been it's been at least a year and a half, a year and 8 months. And so, oh no, there's the 3,500 BP, 30,000 Pokeyen. That is Johto completed on an Iron Man account, an account that cannot trade nor use the GTL. That's a huge milestone for this account, and I hope that this Johto storyline guide was helpful to you as well. Hell yeah. Alrighty, but make sure to like this video if it was helpful, dislike if not, subscribe to the channel for daily Pokemon videos, follow me on Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET, Discord's down below if you're interested in that, and if you want to go above and beyond and support the channel, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, and PayPal/Venmo is linked down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hate the Pokemon storylines. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you had fun. I hope you got them done with me. And congratulations, man. Congratulations on getting it done. That's what matters. You don't always get to do what you want to do every day. And I love being able to play PokeMMO. I'm not going to lie, but I hate the storylines. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because today we got it done anyway. Congratulations. Peace or Reno. Yo, Petrowski here, and I wanted to thank you personally for watching the video until the very end. I really, really appreciate that. And if your name is on this list, thank you to the moon and back because you allow me to even make these videos by supporting the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.